The only thing that can take this flavor medley of crunchy dough, mouth-watering cheese, and savory sauce to the next level. How about another bite? Pepsi and pizza sound like a match made in heaven and taste even better. Pizza, better with Pepsi. That's what I like.
There's no better time to drive away with a quality pre-owned car, truck, or SUV from Greenville Auto World. Greenville Auto World is your authorized rough country dealer. We specialize in lift and leveling kits along with custom wheel packages. Whether you're looking for ground clearance or enhancing the appearance of your vehicle, trust our team for your off-road experience. Greenville Auto World, 3840 South Charles Boulevard across from Hardee's at Bell's Fork, or online at greenvilleautoworld.net.
At US Cellular, we believe you should get more of the latest 5G technology for less of your hard-earned money. Right now, get up to $1,200 off any 5G phone. The choice is yours. Any of our 5G phones with no trade-in or hidden fees. US Cellular, America's locally grown wireless. Terms apply. See uscellular.com for details.
Now that life is returning to normal, we have found a lot of good things that came from the pandemic. One of them is not having to go to the wireless store anymore. The Cellular Warehouse team has been in the business of delivering phones to your home and office for 20 years. People found out about our free delivery service and love the ease of getting a new phone, tablet, or hotspot. Call Toby Williams today at 252-799-7051 so you can start experiencing the joy of never going to a wireless store again. Cellular Warehouse, your local U.S. Cellular authorized agent.
Pirate Nation, the newest sports bar, is Quarters Bar and Grill, offering gourmet burgers, hot dogs, and wings with unique flavors Greenville has never seen. Pirates like to drink too. Quarters Bar and Grill offers a selection of 10 beers on tap and over 50 different craft beers. Come check us out at Quarters Bar and Grill, open Wednesday to Sunday, 11 to 11, located at the shopping center next to Krispy Kreme. Check us out on Facebook and Instagram and be on the lookout for Quarters Cash hidden around downtown Greenville. Quarters Bar and Grill, the plunder never tasted so good.
This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250 and 92.7 FM Greenville, WDLX Washington, 930 and 104.1 FM Washington. The following is an exclusive presentation of Pirate Radio, the voice of the pirate nation. Welcome to Pirate Radio Live.
You can paint this with purple.
Now live from the Pirate Radio studios in the heart of the Pirate Nation, here is your host, Clip Brock.
Welcome in to a Thursday edition of Pirate Radio Live. I am fired up for today's show because it's starting to feel real. We are 2 weeks away from ECU football. We've got a lot of great football talk coming up on today's show, college and pro, and specifically East Carolina. And it's a beautiful, hot, smoking day in eastern North Carolina. You're tuned in to Pirate Radio Live on Pirate Radio 92.7 FM in Greenville, 104.1 in Washington. We're on 1250, 930. We are available online at pr927fm.com. And you can watch us on Facebook Live and on YouTube. Make sure you are subscribed to Pirate Radio TV and on YouTube. And you can watch this program, The Brian Bailey Show, Pirate Radio Trivia, all of our great interviews with the Pirate players inside the Players Lounge, which you can hear Mondays and see Mondays on Pirate Radio Live. All of that and a lot more available on YouTube in its entirety on Pirate Radio TV. All right, we got a great show on tap for today. Tons of news and notes to get to, tons of football talk to get to as well. Jeff Nadu, the big man on campus, will join us coming up in about 25 minutes or so. We will talk a little NFL preseason. Is there I have a trend as far as week one NFL preseason to follow. If you're interested in gambling on that, we'll discuss that. And also dive into college football. We'll talk about some of Jeff's favorite teams this year, dive into some schedules, and have a hearty chat with college football coming up in about 25 minutes. At 4 o'clock, our focus turns to East Carolina football. We will talk to Ronnie Woodward, have our Bud Light ECU report. What has he learned after a couple of weeks of fall camp, leading into the second scrimmage coming up this Saturday We will talk to Ronnie about that and a whole lot more coming up in hour number 2 of today's show. At the 5 o'clock hour, the third hour of the show, Troy D will be alongside, and we'll talk to Double R. Maybe that's another reason I'm fired up. Ryan Robinson will fire us up coming up at 5 o'clock, give you all the information you need to know heading into the 2021 East Carolina football season, which is once again just 2 weeks away. We're hitting some milestones here. Week 2 of the preseason NFL begins tonight. We are a week and 2 days away from week 0 in college football, featuring Illinois versus Nebraska, UCLA versus Hawaii, a few other games. So not this Saturday, but the following Saturday, we'll have football games. And then we are 2 weeks away from week 1 opening up. Some great games alongside of the Duke's Mayo Bowl Classic, East Carolina and Appalachian State. So, man, we are revved up here and ready to go at Pirate Radio, 2 weeks away from the debut edition in 2021 of the Bud Light pregame tailgate. We'll start at 3:30, taking you up to the 7:30 kickoff and be with you after the game on the 5th quarter, taking your calls late into the night and likely on into Friday morn. So looking forward to that. All right, Chandler Honeycutt is here, and Shirley Rhodes is back with us today in the audio production chair. Hello, folks.
What's up, Clipper?
I'm, kind of excitement time for me right now.
Cyber time!
I'm in a great football mood today.
Don't holler into the mic.
Shirley, it's excitement time, though.
I know it's excitement time, but I was not ready for that.
Well, you know what? This is a good reminder to people that from now until the end of the calendar year, you have to be ready for people screaming into microphones.
Excitement time!
Were you ready for that one?
Sure.
I'll tell you why else.
Excitement time!
Thank you, Coach. Why else it's excitement time, and that is because of East Carolina's own Harold Varner III and the round that he put up today. And I love this on my when I go to pgatour.com/leaderboard each and every week, when I check out the tournament going on, when I talk to Mark Greenhelge on Fridays, I always pull up this page, and I have Harold Varner III starred, so his score is always at the top, and it shows me where he is in the tournament. I don't even need that today because he is at the top. Harold Varner III, 5 under par at the Northern Trust in New Jersey, shot a 66 today. Incredible round for Harold, and he is in first right now. Now, there are some, Justin Thomas, Harris English are through 7, and they are 4 under. So Harold is still going to have to stave off some golfers while he's in the clubhouse. But either way, he ends up -5 today in awesome shape for the remaining 3 days. In fact, I got a text from Greeny today. He was talking about how great Harold Varner was putting on the course up in New Jersey, and that is awesome to see his name at the top of the leaderboard. We'll be tuned into that all day on Friday, keeping you up to date via social media on how Harold is doing, but also when we talk to Greeny later on in the 4 o'clock hour on Friday's edition of PRL. So there's something to keep an eye on, folks.
Yeah, and I'm pretty excited about it, but at the same time, it's like, I kind of hold my breath a little, because Harold has gotten off to really good starts on Thursdays and then tends to falter a little bit heading into the weekend. So I want to see if he can come out and be consistent coming up tomorrow and see where it goes from there. But it's definitely a good start. You can't complain about that for sure.
I see what we're doing here. Usually I am the cynic. I'm glass half empty. I see things and see how bad it's going to end up being. Today I'm in like this super over positive mood, and Shirley is going to keep me grounded. So thank you, Shirley.
I always, it's like the old Casey Kasem phrase: keep your feet on the ground, but keep reaching for the stars.
I forgot about that phrase. I drove to New Jersey and back last week, and when I get out of the area, I don't know the radio stations, obviously. So I use the old scan button.
Ah, yes.
Oh, yeah.
The old scan. Something, it seems like it's a dinosaur from the past, but it still comes in handy. and you just try to find a song you recognize to put it on and keep it on for a little while. But
did you find any sports talk radio stations up there?
I found some live Nats and Orioles games.
Sweet.
Heading
I'm
up
so
there.
sorry.
And then this is really cool. I hate the Eagles. I hope the franchise folds up today. It wouldn't make me sad at all. But they have a legendary play-by-play voice, Merrill Reese.
Merrill Reese.
And I was able to hear him.
Touchdown, Eagles!
Deshaun Jackson!
Alshon Jeffrey!
I was able to hear him calling a preseason game, and I was like, right about when we pulled into my mother-in-law's residence, and it was awesome. And it was,
and it's a touchdown by Nick Foles!
Jalen Hurts! He has his voice is awesome. It is iconic.
Let the celebration begin!
Thank you, Chandler. I'm excited to. What was my point in all that? Oh, Casey Kasem. They were
I was
running.
ready to ask you, where are you going with this?
They were running Shirley in its entirety, and I don't know if I picked up on the. Okay, I'll tell you this. Jesse's Girl was the previous week's top song. I don't.
That's Rick Springfield.
I don't know if they did that out of the gate for each show, but he came in and said that was last week's top song on the top 40 countdown, Jesse's Girl by Rick Springfield. Now let's start the countdown at number 40, and I did not recognize the song at all. So whatever year Jesse's Girl's from, they were running an entire show of the countdown with Casey Kasem. Pretty cool.
That's pretty cool.
On terrestrial radio. I figured that would be like an XM type thing.
Yeah, because Sirius XM has an 80s on 8 channel, and they do countdowns from specific years, but it's done by the original MTV VJs. So you're talking like Alan Hunter, Martha Quinn, and
Kurt Loder.
Well, no, not Kurt Loder.
Who else
other one that is
Downtown Julie Brown.
No, she was in the 90s though.
Bill Bellamy. I know. I'm just naming MTV people.
No, actually, Downtown Julie Brown does do a countdown, but she does it on the 90s channel. But
Downtown
anyway,
Julie Brown.
but it's rare that you actually get to hear the original top 40 countdown with Casey Kasem in its entirety like that. And like you said, on terrestrial radio, that's pretty cool, because I grew up listening to Casey every Saturday. I listened to Rick Dees and Casey Kasem.
And the weekly top 40.
Yep, and an open house party with John Garabedian. That was another one I grew up listening to.
Not familiar with that one.
That used to come on Saturday nights.
There you go. There's your walk down memory lane for the day. We usually get into that, and probably will when Troy's here in hour 3. And we'll talk about the late 80s, early 90s.
Of course.
All right. We say all that to say, good job, Harold Varner III. All right. Next up on the rundown, Saturday, as Elton John once said.
Saturday.
That is what he said. He said it's all right for fighting. There's going to be a lot going on Saturday. Scrimmage number 2 for ECU football. Mm-hmm. Meet the Pirates for the Pirate fans and football players. Media Day for us talking heads and the football players. And the equipment
sale, which you'll find me in line.
Awesome day coming up on Saturday to get you primed and ready for the upcoming start to the East Carolina football season. Pirates had practice today. Today is a no media day, so no post-practice comments from Mike Houston. We'll be back out there on Friday and, of course, on Saturday. So keep it locked to Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and we'll have our videos up on YouTube as well, as the crew will be locked and loaded for Saturday. I'm excited for another year of Media Day. Of course, we have the Pirate Radio athletes that we'll talk to every Monday, but we'll get a chance to catch up with some coaches we haven't heard from a lot this offseason, and also some other players who we haven't talked to that much either. So Saturday's going to be a big day. We will have you covered social media-wise, and then back on Monday next week, a full recap of the weekend. So we are pumped up about that. We'll talk more Pirate football and more about that with Ronnie Woodward coming up later on in today's program.
I'm pretty excited about that for one reason, and that is that we can actually do it in person instead of trying to do it over Zoom.
Very true.
It's going to feel like one step closer to that sense of normalcy that we've been kind of waiting to have for the last year and some change.
Yeah, definitely. That's another big part of it that I'm looking forward to. All right, number 3 on the rundown today, NFL preseason. Tonight it is the Patriots and the Eagles. We'll talk more about that with Jeff and Nadu coming up later on. Washington football team is on NFL Network again on Friday night when they take on Redbeard's Bengals. Also, it'll be Chiefs Cardinals on Friday night. Then there are 10 games on Saturday, Giants Browns and Niners Chargers Sunday, and a Monday night game, Jaguars and Saints. Chandler, you will not be here tomorrow, so and boy, I guess I didn't think about it. The first preseason game, you talked about this at Bank of America Stadium. The first game that doesn't count will be played on the new turf as the Panthers take on the Ravens. The first real game will be ECU and App State.
Carolina and App State.
All right, so since you won't be here tomorrow, Chandler, what do you want to see out of the Panthers? What players, what units, what, if anything, do you want to see on Saturday?
Well, hopefully, I ran into Tony Dunn last night at AJ's, and we were talking about, I said, I'm ready to see Sam Darnold and the action. I want to see some action from Sam Darnold this Saturday. No, Tony responds, no, I don't want to see Sam Darnold. I don't want to see our starters at all. I said, Tony, we got to see this guy at some point in the preseason. We got to see Sam Darnold. He's got to get some game action. He's got to get some game reps.
It's not Aaron Rodgers.
So we got to get him out there. Let's throw Terrace Marshall out there. That's another player I'll mention later on that I want to see. Throw out Shi Smith, who's been an absolute monster in preseason camp and in the first game on Sunday against the Colts. The 6th-round pick out of South Carolina has been tremendous. A guy on defense that came from the Jets is Frankie Louvu, an undrafted free agent out of 2018 from Washington State. Got a sack on Sunday. I think he can get a lot of action this year in the regular season, not just the preseason. A guy I just mentioned earlier, Terrace Marshall Jr. looked good. 80 yards on Sunday against the Colts. He looks like he's going to be a big threat in this offense, this Joe Brady offense. He's familiar with Joe Brady. He was a wide receiver at LSU, and Joe Brady was the co-offensive coordinator and passing game coordinator at LSU a couple years ago. So he's one of those guys, though, that didn't play last year for LSU. J.C. Horn, hopefully we can get to see J.C. Horn on Saturday. Didn't get a chance to see him on Sunday. He's a part of that starters group that didn't get to play in the first preseason game. So J.C. Horn hopefully will get some action. Dante Jackson, I want to see Dante Jackson on Saturday, because Dante Jackson is a guy on this team that really needs to kind of step it up from a leadership standpoint and performance standpoint. So we saw him the other day get just absolutely torched by Sammy Watkins. So hopefully he can step it up on Saturday if he does get to play. Another guy, Brady Christensen at the right tackle position, is another guy I want to see as well. He played outstanding on Sunday against the Colts. Deontay Brown is a 6th-round guy out of Alabama, a big guy that plays right guard, right tackle with Deontay Brown, and Brady Christensen is a potential uprising in the Panthers franchise there. I think they both played really well and gelled well together on Sunday. I'm ready to see them play again. I told somebody last night at AJ's, I think every single snap of the game that I watched, I did fall asleep mid-third quarter on Sunday, but every snap that I did watch of that game, I watched at right tackle, and I watched Brady Christensen absolutely dominate his opposing player. So those are some guys that I want to see. Hopefully we can get some, guys like we saw last year, rookie Derek Brown last year coming into his second year. I'd like to see him going out there and get some action, maybe about a series or two. And then Jeremy Chin, let's see how he looks at the safety position. That's his full-time job now. No more flexing and doing all that kind of stuff. The utility player that he was last year, he will be at the safety position. So just trying to see some of those starters. I don't want to see him that much. I want to see him in at least a series or two. But the big question I want to see is Shi Smith, Terrace Marshall at the wide receiver position. Then when it comes to offensive line, I want to see that the rookie Brady Christensen and Deontay Brown, and then I want to see what Sam Darnold can do as well.
All right, that was the longest and best answer you've ever given in your Pirate Radio history. You sounded like a King of the Hill character there, just rattling on and on and on.
It's excitement time in Pantherland, baby.
That was fantastic, Chandler. Good stuff. Now I feel like I'm ready for this Panthers-Ravens game coming up on Saturday. All right, let's stay in Charlotte. And next on the list is Old Terry.
Oh, Terry!
Why is it called Old Terry?
Oh, Terry! You're kidding me!
Eric Collins, the crazy, insane announcer for the Charlotte Hornets, likes to say Old Terry. Chandler does it pretty good.
Oh, Terry, you're
kidding me?
Oh, Terry!
Terry Rozier, when they made the move to get rid of Kemba Walker, I cried for a week, and Terry Rozier came in and was like, what the hell are we doing? Why Terry Rozier? You could argue, is it even an argument that the Hornets got the better end of that deal? I don't even think you could argue at this point.
You can't. There is no argument to be argued.
Terry Rozier signs a mega deal to stay in Charlotte, 4-year, $97 million extension with the Charlotte Hornets. He led the Hornets in scoring last year, 38.9% from three-point range. Anytime I see these big numbers, I don't really know what it means for, all right, so can they go out and get any other pieces? How locked in are they now with their current roster? So when I have those questions, I ask Spencer Percy from the BuzzBeat podcast, and Spencer joins us real quick for a couple minutes to talk about the news today. Spencer, I appreciate it. How you doing today, man?
I'm doing great. How about you, Cliff?
Hey, doing great. Spencer joins us throughout the basketball season, talking Hornets, talking NBA, and usually I give him a day or two advance on when we're going to call him. Today, I gave him about a 15-minute advance, so we appreciate you joining us for a few minutes, Spencer. The news came out that Terry Rozier had agreed to a 4-year, $97 million contract extension with the Charlotte Hornets. One thing I don't know, I've said it to you in the past, Spencer, I don't get all these big NBA contracts, how it affects the team moving forward, if it's a good move or a bad move. So give me your opinion on it, Spencer. What do you think of today's news with Terry Rozier?
Yeah, well, I mean, I think it's a multifaceted move that comes. I think it gives the Hornets actually maybe more flexibility than it would appear like on paper. So basically, the Hornets extended Rozier at the maximum level they could have, which is 120% of his previous salary. So his salary next year will be $21 million and change, and then increases annually from there. I think that this is another. Well, let me start just from Rozier as a player first. Is he worth $97 million? I think we could debate about that. If he continues to shoot the ball off the bounce, off the catch, like he has in his first two seasons in Charlotte, then I absolutely think this deal can justify itself for a player like Rozier, although he comes with plenty of flaws. Certainly he's not a great defensive player. I think sometimes he's labeled as kind of a secondary point guard option, maybe a backup point guard. I don't think he's as much of a creator as some like to paint him sometimes, but the guy can really shoot the ball. He scored it from just about every area of the court at a really high level last year. So I guess he's just going either way from is this contract worth the player? But I think the more important thing to look at here is that it's just another card in the hand of Mitch Kupchak to play that I think is signaling this team is setting themselves up for a trade potentially next season. You've got the non-guaranteed deals of Kelly Oubre and Mason Plumlee for not this coming season, but the following. Now you have the Rozier extension at a large salary that you could use to facilitate a trade for a star or a very good NBA player. And then also the possibility the Hornets could have 2 first-round draft picks next offseason in the 2022 draft. One via New Orleans. If they were to make the playoffs, the Hornets will get that draft pick. And then they could have their own, which is top 20 protected next season. So you combine all those factors, and I'm kind of sensing that Kupchak is setting himself up for an opportunity to get a franchise-changing player via trade should that opportunity present itself. And so from that perspective, I actually like this deal a lot. Had an extended road here.
All right, interesting. Good insight from Spencer Percy, BuzzBeat Podcast, joining us. Spencer, we'll have a longer conversation down the road about the Hornets and what they look like heading into the next season. But real quick, your thoughts on the draft and summer league, and since last we talked, how the Hornets, in your opinion, have gotten better or gotten worse. What do you think about Charlotte?
Yeah, I think it's hard to tell right now if the roster is better than it was last season. I mean, I certainly think losing Devontae Graham is going to be felt for this team. I'm not sure that they improved at the center position. Mason Plumlee is durable. He will play. He has shown that he's available to play. He's not injury prone, so that's important. And then the rookies, Kai Jones, super athletic, super high ceiling. we'll have to see. I think he's at least a year away from being a real contributor. I think Summer League probably showed us that. And then James Bouknight, a very talented player, can score the basketball. I think the key for him is how good of an athlete is he going to be in the NBA? Can he get a little stronger? And then will his outside shot ever become consistent, which is a real question going back to his days at UConn. So I think the offseason was fine. I mean, I think there's a case to be made. The Hornets improved the roster. They definitely got younger and more athletic, which I think is a theme you see with the Mitch Kupchak roster building in Charlotte. And then in terms of Summer League, the second part of your question, they didn't win a game. You saw that Kai Jones, JT Thor, these are super dynamic, athletic, versatile wings that everyone's looking for in the NBA. But I think if you watched any Summer League for the Hornets, you understand those two guys are pretty far away from contributing, I think, in the NBA. There's a lot of development to be done. Bouknight's the one who could come in and kind of play that Malik Monk role next season for the Hornets if he's able to stay healthy.
Great stuff, Spencer. We'll let you run. You got a podcast on the way soon, you guys at BuzzBeat?
Yeah, well, there was one. I wasn't able to join them last night, but I know that they released one this morning. We're pumping out the content, even though it's off season. So yeah, check out BuzzBeat Podcast, part of the Blue Wire Network. The season will be here before you know it. So if you're trying to gear up for which will be a pretty exciting and entertaining 22-23 Hornets season, check out the Charlotte Hornets BuzzBeat Podcast.
Spencer, we'll be reaching out to you in a month and a half or so, and doing an NBA preview. So we'll talk to you then. Have a great rest of your summer, and we'll talk to you soon, man.
All right, thanks, Cliff. Take care.
All right, mixing in a little basketball talk with all the football talk we're going to have today with Spencer Percy from the BuzzBeat Podcast. Chandler, real quick before we go to break, you like the move the Hornets did today to keep Terry Rozier around?
I like it. He brings a veteran presence to this very young squad. I think he can still have some mentorship to guys like Bouknight, who we just got in the draft. LaMelo Ball is just entering his second year. I think he can be a mentor to him as well. So the sticker, and what a year he had last year for the Hornets. Just not just shooting threes, but also finishing at the rack as well. And he threw a lot down. He was able to shake a lot of players out of their shoes. So there's a lot that Terry can do, and he brings a great presence to that that young Hornets squad. I'm glad to have him for years to come.
I agree with, I don't know how good they're going to be, but man, they're going to be fun to watch with what they have compiled on this roster. All right, let's take a timeout. We will dive back into football when we return. Jeff Nadu, big man on campus, joins us. We will talk a little NFL preseason, also a lot of college football. Run down some teams he likes in 2021. We'll start to look at some lines. Week 0, Week 1. And dive into it when we return on a Thursday edition of Pirate Radio Live. We are back with you after this.
You've worked hard to start your business and working even harder to make it successful. And that's why it's important to have a bank in your corner when you need them. This is former ECU baseball player Ashley Capps from Select Bank and Trust, and as the business world throws you curveballs, we're here to be responsive to your needs. Our team of local bankers can make local decisions and cares about you, the customer. Get the business services that are right for your business today with Select Bank and Trust. Bank local, bank select, member FDIC.
Texting while driving is dangerous. That's not new information. Yet most people admit to doing it anyway. Drivers are 23 times more likely to be involved in a car accident while texting. Know the facts and wait to text. The danger is real and it applies to you. Auto Owners Insurance, the no problem people. Information provided by Virginia Tech Transportation Institute.
This is Norm Bryant with Town Insurance in Greenville. Call me today at 756-8300. Go Pirates.
UBE and PirateWear.com has all your back-to-school needs, and it's the place to shop for students of all ages. They carry ECU notebooks, binders, and backpacks, as well as umbrellas and rain jackets for that eastern North Carolina weather. And don't forget about their textbook department, where you can rent, buy, or sell your books year-round. And they also price match. And visit their social media pages, where there's almost always a Win It Wednesday going on throughout the school year. Stop by UBE or PirateWear.com, where there's new shipments arriving daily with lower prices than their competitors. Proud to be serving the Pirate Nation for over 50 years. Guess what, Greenville? Calzones are back. Community Calzone is the only restaurant in town specializing in calzones. Choose from over 50 different calzones, or you design your own with unlimited options, including vegetarian. Community Calzone also features wings, huge salads, and more. Plus, they deliver to almost everywhere in Pitt County. Located on Greenville Boulevard next to Ashley Furniture Warehouse, they're open for lunch, dinner, and late night for dine-in, pickup, or delivery. It's Community Calzone.
Hey Birdland, do you want access to every Orioles home game in August and September? Now you can with O's Unlimited. For just $40 per month, you can have month-long access to every game in August and September. The O's Unlimited Pass will give you general admission standing room only access throughout Oriole Park, including the flag court and Budweiser roof deck. To purchase your O's Unlimited Pass, visit the Orioles Ticket Marketplace at Orioles.com/tickets or the MLB Ballpark app and have your tickets delivered instantly within the app.
University PC Care has been the Pirate Nation's go-to IT expert since 2006. Your office deserves a proactive tech support approach instead of always reacting to issues after the damage is done. You need BizCare. BizCare tech support and cybersecurity plans keep you ahead of potential issues and much safer from cyber threats like ransomware. What's at your office? Call William today to schedule your free BizCare consultation or learn more at universitypccare.com.
Chico's Mexican Restaurant is the home of the best margaritas. Grab your amigos and head to Chico's every Tuesday for the Gulp of Mexico, a huge 46-ounce lime margarita for only $6.99. On Thursdays, relax and enjoy half-price pitchers of Chico's house margaritas. Choose from lime, strawberry, blood orange, raspberry, or peach.
For Mexican food and fun, it's got to be Chico's in downtown Greenville, and now available through DoorDash, featuring a half-gallon of the famous margarita mix to go for only $9.99. Chico's, where the fiesta never ends.
This is Stephen Igo. You've heard from me plenty on Pirate Radio Live and perhaps have read some of my work on hoistthecolors.net. Now, get an extension of our in-depth coverage on the Hoist the Colors podcast. From game previews to immediate post-game analysis to emergency podcasts for breaking news, we've got you covered. A cast of guest co-hosts from fans, former coaches, and other writers join me for 2 podcasts weekly to break down all things ECU athletics. Subscribe to Hoist the Colors now on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or Google Podcasts.
This is assistant football coach Drew Dudzik, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 1 of Pirate Radio Live. Do you need custom t-shirts, apparel, or promotional items for your business, organization, or event? Keep it local. Print it local with University Sportswear. Contact them today at universitysportswearenc.com. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Grab your amigos and head to Chico's for the best Mexican food and fun in Greenville. Come and enjoy favorites like shrimp tacos, steak and chicken fajitas, burritos, enchiladas, ACP, and more. Follow Chico's on Facebook and Instagram for daily updates. For Mexican food and fun, it's got to be Chico's for dine-in or to go. And Clip, as we head back into the show, Brett McMurphy just tweeted out a few minutes ago that the ACC has announced that any team unable to play league games because of COVID issues will forfeit, and the game will not be rescheduled. So that'll be interesting to keep an eye on here throughout the football season.
Yeah, the SEC came out with that first. Everybody following their lead right now. Speaking of tweets, John Rothstein, this is March, tweeted out earlier today, source, East Carolina's Winston Tabbs has been cleared by the NCAA, transfer from Boston College. There was really no question about this. We were thinking Tabbs would be all set to go for the next basketball season, but John Rothstein tweeting that out today. So Pirates, unlike football, are going to look very different on the basketball court. You still have your holdovers. I'm a Brandon Suggs guy. It's well documented. Tristan Newton, J.J. Miles.
I was about to ask you how many are left over.
Luigi DeBoo.
There's a lot more than I expect. I mean,
well, that's
just because it seems like there was like a mass exodus, so I wasn't sure how many were actually left.
Tremont Robinson-White.
Yep.
So
Okay.
there's 5.
All right, so that's 5. All right.
And that could be the only 5 off the top of my head. So you're going to have a lot of new faces on the basketball court this year. You will not have to get to know that many new Pirates on the football field coming up this fall. Let's talk some football now. NFL and college football with the big man on campus, Jeff Nadu, who joins us today on the Fixed NC Live line. Big man, how you doing today?
I'm great. How are you?
Fantastic. I enjoyed you on Pick Central earlier this week on Barstool Sports, and also glad to have you here on Pirate Radio Live. And Jeff, let's start with the NFL. Last time we talked, I ran over some quarterback names with you for fantasy purposes. I was in taking part in a slow draft, and I waited too long, or I might have struck gold. The quarterback I ended up with, Jeff, is one Jalen Hurts. What is the outlook, in your opinion, on Jalen Hurts in 2021? Is he going to run enough to give me some points? Can he throw enough to give me a lot of points week in, week out? What do you think about Jalen Hurts?
Yeah, I think he's very intriguing. And this is someone that, always gives you the positive, the negative, and makes you, decide on your own. I think from a standpoint off the field, I think he's ready to go. He seems like a good kid. I think he knows what he's doing. I think he's going to have a hell of a season, and I've heard a lot of good things out of camp. His stock is definitely up. Tonight will be a pretty cool indication as well. Looks like Devontae Smith's going to play. You're going to see him a little bit more tonight. I'll tell you what, from people up here that are obviously at practice and watching some of this stuff, I mean, they have raved about really everyone, which isn't always ideal, but a lot of guys have played well. A lot of people have liked what he's done, obviously, on the field. The receivers are making catches that really they haven't had talent-wise people doing there. So I'm excited. I think tonight will be a good indication next week as well. From what I understand, the receivers are doing good, as they said, and I think that helps Jalen. So, yeah, I think you can be confident. I'd have a backup plan just in case, but, it's boom or bust. I would be much more interested in boom at this point.
Jeff, your Eagles tonight taking on the Patriots, the standalone game tonight in the preseason. That is 7:30 on NFL Network. Patriots are a 1-point favorite. Total is 38. I looked at week 1 preseason, Jeff, and one game hit the 40s, and that was it. Now, these total numbers are going to be kind of mid-30s to upper 30s. There is a game this weekend. It'll be the Jets and Packers with a total of 31.5 is what I'm seeing right now. So obviously low totals. Now there's going to be some more starters playing. You mentioned specifically Devontae Smith for the Eagles, and we're going to see maybe a few quarterbacks we didn't see the first week of preseason. But I don't know. Any thoughts on diving into these preseason unders, or are you staying away?
Yeah, I would definitely lean under here. I don't love the quarterback play, even from the number one quarterback that the New England Patriots have. I don't like Cam Newton at all. And look, Bill Belichick isn't very good in the preseason. It's just that simple. You look at really in his career, he's a 50-50 bet. He's not been good in the preseason ATS, especially these early weeks. I think the Eagles probably find a way to get it done. I like both these all these quarterbacks that they have. I think they care a little bit more about the end. This is a young team. I think was a little disappointed they didn't get the win last week. I think they'll be better tonight. And look, I don't love betting preseason, but I think the Eagles get the job done here.
Jeff Nadu joining us on the Fixed NC Live line. Jeff, I got some college football for you I want to dive into. Anything in the NFL since last we talked? Teams that you've changed your opinion on in the last week and a half or so? A team you're high on, a team you're low on? Anybody stand out to you?
I wouldn't say that. I think I'm just kind of waiting for camp to kind of get in and get out, and we'll see who's injured and who's not injured and where teams are. We're just kind of two or so weeks away, and we're just kind of waiting for it to all shake out. So I don't think I necessarily have much to say just yet, but we'll kind of make some decisions as we get closer.
Have you watched Hard Knocks yet, Jeff?
No, I have not.
Yeah, I've watched it. It is a hate watch since it's the Cowboys. I hate everything about that organization. In years past, I have really gone either way too high or way too low on the team just from what I saw in Hard Knocks. I had to train my brain not to do that. But, man, I remember one year it was Joe Philbin with the Dolphins. I thought they were going to be the worst team in football. I think they ended up like 500 or something that year. They were way above what I thought they'd be. So I try, and look, you can you can do this too with all the Twitter reports you see, the highlights. You can really freak yourself out into thinking something's one way when in reality it's another way during preseason.
Yeah, and I guess I've just not been as interested in Hard Knocks. I feel like it's jumped the shark a little bit. It was good.
Well, it's very repetitive. Like, if this was the first time I was watching it, I'd probably enjoy it, but I've seen this a million times
Yeah, and it's like the same skits, like the talent show, whatever hell thing they have, or whatever. And with the Cowboys, it's always kind of dictated on what Jerry Jones is doing, and watching him is like, I don't want to say it.
Yeah, I'm with you. Can't say
it. It's gag stuff to me. I'm going to pass.
Jeff Nadu joining us. Jeff, during our college football conversations, a few teams that you like this year, Western Kentucky, SMU. Give me another one, Jeff. Who do you like? Let's go group of five that you like other than those two.
Yeah, I continue to be – well, I think I've talked to you before about Oklahoma. I mean, I don't think I have to go down that road again. But, I become – more and more infatuated clip with Georgia, and I look at their numbers, they continue to plummet. I look at, really for me though, the bet that I'm looking at is JT Daniels to win the Heisman Trophy. I think he's going to have a hell of a season. I think defensively this team is really good. I love their skill position players. I really just like everything that they do down in Georgia. I think they're a team that we have to start talking about. I know we think it's just Alabama and Clemson and Ohio State, but I just really like everything they have, everything they do. I think Zamir White's electric in the backfield. I think he takes a major step forward. At 12-1, I think he's a bit too low in my opinion. I like Georgia. But for me, it's all about Oklahoma. They're the team that I think could actually win this thing. Defensively, they're really good. I think they have the best quarterback in the country. They're ready to go. If you want me to go a little bit deeper, Power 5.
Hey, let me, before you do, real quick on Georgia. They open up right here in the state of North Carolina and Charlotte against Clemson. I'm seeing Clemson minus 3.5 in that game. And I also heard you guys on Pick Central talking about the over, the total sitting at 52 in that game, which I think the consensus was that's pretty low with these high-powered offenses. Good news is with Georgia, if they win that game, they're in the driver's seat, and your Heisman pick is looking great. If they lose, they still have plenty of makeup time, right, Jeff, to get themselves back in a situation to get into the playoff.
Yeah, and again, that game's not going to mean a whole lot, I think, in the grand scheme, because it's two really good teams playing each other. But I also am a little concerned as well with Georgia. There's some concerns I keep coming into the season with, like they get Arik Gilbert who comes over from LSU. I read recently he's out for personal reasons. I don't know what that has to do. What's going on there? Is Kirby Smart to blame? Who the hell knows? I'm a little concerned there. I know George Pickens, he's out. So that's a bit concerning for me. I need to see that he's healthy and good to go mentally to be in there. But yeah, I think to answer your question, I don't know how much it's going to really matter, frankly. I think it's a great game. Both teams are going to play hard, and it'll be a good game. But as far as Wisconsin, the question for them is always, is offensively, are they good enough? Defensively, they're really good. But I like Graham Mertz. And I thought, before the COVID stuff that he dealt with last year, I thought he was really effective. We remember how weird you had to be out for, 3 weeks if you had COVID. I mean, it was just kind of screwed up the season for them. And I think if he's healthy, they're a team to reckon with because defensively they're really good.
Notre Dame, and I'll tell you why I brought this up, they play Wisconsin this year. A very interesting schedule, Jeff. They've got the ACC games they play and then the traditional games with Navy, Stanford, USC. But throw in Wisconsin, throw in Cincinnati. What do you think about those games? We're looking at Cincinnati from the American as a team that could potentially run the table again. And then you've got a Wisconsin team that you like taking on Notre Dame as well. So how do the Irish fare in those particular games, in your opinion?
Well, I'm hearing pretty good things about Jack Cohen, the new quarterback.
Formerly of Wisconsin, right?
Yeah, comes over from Wisconsin. I think they're always good. They're not good enough. I mean, I think they'll be in the conversation, but do they have the ability to get up and over? They have a very tough schedule, as you alluded to. Throw in the fact they also have to play some really other tough. I mean, Toledo's a good football team. Purdue's a solid football team. USC's really good. UNC, Georgia Tech will be improved. So, there really isn't a lot of they don't have any, just like layups really outside of Navy, Virginia.
What is their win total, Jeff? I got to look it up. That is a pretty brutal run they have this year. I'll look up
It really is.
Yeah.
I think when you look at it, I always like them, but they're a team that I'm not running to bet on every year just because their win total's tough.
8.5. Yeah. That's
There's no Deshaun Kaiser on this team. I mean, Cohen's interesting.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's even Ian Book. So we'll see. I'm not real interested. I'm never really too interested in them because I don't think they're ever much of a factor anyway.
hell of a schedule for Notre Dame. Total at 8.5 right now for the Irish. Jeff Nadu joining us on the Fixed NC Live Line. Jeff, have you you looked into Week 0 yet? I guess the headliner, if there is one, would be Nebraska and Illinois, but there's some other games coming up, not this Saturday, but next Saturday. Will you be involved in Week 0 this year?
Likely, yeah. I think I'll be probably buying into the Hawaii magic a little bit. I think UCLA is a bit overvalued in that game. I like them this year. I think they improved, but I don't think they're almost 3 touchdowns better than Hawaii. I mean, Hawaii's still a good football team. They still have some kids. Chevin Cordero is a good quarterback. I like what they have out there. So to give them 17.5 is a bit. That's a bit high to me. I would put it more towards, I don't know, 11.5, 12.5 personally. 17.5 is high.
UCLA, excuse my East Coast bias, but they're, to me, kind of out of sight, out of mind. Where's Chip Kelly right now? Is he safe, hot seat? Well, what's the take on Chip Kelly in L.A., Jeff?
I think this year he's got to start to show something again. I mean, you've had some pretty bad teams, frankly, recently. Dorian Thompson-Robinson has been okay. He's definitely gotten better, but, really, when you look at Hawaii, though, did they lose Rolovich? Yeah, but I thought Todd Graham did a pretty decent job last year in 9 games.
Todd Graham.
We know offensively they have the ability. I mean, they're really good. They can score points. They always have a great receiving core. They have kids on this team, 3 or 4 of them that can catch 50 passes. They have always had trouble running the football, but they're a passing offense. We know what the run and shoot's all about. Defensively, they were one of the better teams that I think a lot of people didn't expect last year. They also bring in 2 transfers on the defense, one from Oklahoma and one from Utah, big Samoan kids that I think are going to be really good for them. 17.5, that is an odd line, a very odd line. It wouldn't surprise me if Hawaii won the game.
All right, I'll star that one. You said Todd Graham. I had to chuckle a little bit. I remember him, Todd Graham, the traveling man, as we called him. He was at Rice, Tulsa, Pittsburgh, and Arizona State in a matter of 6 years, Jeff. 4 jobs, head coaching jobs in 6 years. He got around and now finds himself out on the island in Hawaii.
Yeah, he's been around for sure. We all know that. But I'll tell you another thing real quick. Hawaii is a group, as I said up front, I think it's going to be really interesting. They added, like I said, a lot of kids. I think for a team that I think is going to have to almost depend on the run a little bit in UCLA, I don't know if that's a great matchup. I'm blown away at this price. I've already bet it.
All right.
17.
Jeff, how significant is it? Because people ask me all the time about the line for ECU and Appalachian State, which started at like 14. Did it get it to 14.5? It was like 13.5, 12.5, 11.5. Last time I'd looked, it was 10.5. So how significant is that drop? What does that tell you about the East Carolina Appalachian State game, Jeff?
Well, I think it tells you that, the smart money is taking ECU. I think they're just kind of banking on it's going to be kind of a shootout-y type of game, and 10, 12 points is going to be viable, But, look, we got to remember, App State's a good team. Chase Bryce is a good quarterback. I mean, this is a guy that played at Clemson. These are a team every year that's always a factor in the Sun Belt. I think the Sun Belt's one of the better smaller conferences. We don't give it enough credit.
Yeah.
Some bad teams, but most of that conference is always very solid. I think to answer your question, it's good that you have sharp money on your side for sure. But I don't know. Are they good enough defensively? ECU? Not so sure.
That's the question. A lot of young defensive linemen for the Pirates veteran group at linebacker, and for the most part, the defensive backs as well. But that D-line, the way App State likes to run the ball, that is the biggest concern at this point. 2 weeks away from East Carolina App State, Bank of America Stadium in Charlotte. We'll be with you 3:30 on the Bud Light pregame tailgate. The big man on campus, Jeff Nadu, will join us during the Bud Light pregame tailgate to talk ECU App State. And Jeff, that Thursday night, man, there's a ton of games going on, including right there, Temple and Rutgers. And boy, what a difference a few years makes in this matchup, right? You got Rutgers as a 14-point favorite. This 2 or 3 years ago, Temple is like a 21-point favorite in this game, probably, Jeff.
Yeah, how quickly Temple has fallen, man.
Yeah.
You lose Anthony Russo. I mean, the quarterback play was wretched last year without him. Defensively, they have gone off a complete cliff. I mean, they were just so bad last year. They lost a lot of talent this year as well. Isaiah Graham-Mobley, the linebacker, moves on, lost a lot of talent there. Rod Carey sucks. Bad hire. And, what a difference a couple of years makes. Rutgers, a couple of years ago, was losing, 68-0. Now they're 2 touchdown favorites in a game. Crazy.
And what a difference a coaching makes. You can look at that matchup right there with Carey and Shiana, right, to show you how much coaching matters in college football.
Yeah, exactly. You hire a loser and you're a losing program. You hire a winner and you're a winning program.
Jeff, man, this talking football with you is awesome. So glad it's back. We will have some real football games next Saturday, so we'll really dive in to the Week 0 slate and, the Week 1 slate as well. Talk more NFL with you. Anything else you got going on? The Sit Down podcast continuing to roll on strong?
Yeah, 20th episode out this week. Very happy with it. Did it on Tony Ducks Corralo. A lot of people don't know about him, but really interesting guy. We answered some questions and had a great time as always. The podcast clip is doing very well, better than I ever thought it would, and we're kind of building a bit of an army, so I'm happy with it. Thank you for having me on as always.
Jeff Nadu joining us on the Fixed NC Live line, talking some football, which will continue on with the big man and with all of our guests next week here on Pirate Radio Live. Let's take a timeout, come back. We'll wrap up hour number 1. Get you ready for hour number 2. Ronnie Woodward from the Daily Reflector will join us. Talk all things ECU football, get our Bud Light ECU report. What has he seen? What has he learned from fall camp thus far as it concludes? Got a second scrimmage coming up on Saturday. What does he want to see in that as well? We'll get his thoughts and answer your questions, comments regarding Pirate football as well. You can drop them in the Facebook live chat on Twitter or give us a call, 317-1250, as we'll talk Pirate football with Ronnie Woodward at 4. We'll wrap up hour number 1 after this.
Hey Pirate Nation, this is Tom Brown from Brown & Wood Buick GMC Truck. We've been serving the Pirate Nation in Eastern North Carolina for 83 years. We have 4 brands, 3 generations, 2 showrooms, and 1 goal to make sure you leave a happy customer.
This month at Brown & Wood, get an all-new 2021 GMC Terrain and save over $3,550 or 0% for 72 months. And as always, Brown & Wood is the home of the lifetime powertrain warranty.
We're located on Greenville Boulevard next to the Convention Center, or shop us online at brownandwoodauto.com.
Hey Pirate Nation, Lindsey Gray here with Carolina Caliber. In 1960, my granddaddy started his firearm business right here in Eastern NC. Still family owned and operated, we have the area's largest selection for outdoor shooting sports and accessories and are one of the nation's top firearm dealers. At Carolina Caliber, we have everything you need from hunting, home defense, and personal protection, including a wide variety for ladies and youth. We buy, sell, and trade. It's a time-honored tradition. Visit us at Carolina Caliber on Fire Tower Road in Winterville.
For the latest from the world of golf, tune in every Saturday morning from 8 to 10 for the Golf Shop Radio Show. Hosts Mark Greenhells and Matt Blanchard talk golf from tee to green and everything in between. If you like golf, you're gonna love Golf Shop Radio. Before you tee up, drop on in. Welcome to the Golf Shop.
At US Cellular, we believe you should get more of the latest 5G technology for less of your hard-earned money. Right now, get up to $1,200 off any 5G phone. The choice is yours. Any of our 5G phones with no trade-in or hidden fees. US Cellular, America's locally grown wireless. Terms apply. See uscellular.com for details.
This is Brandon Tate, owner and operator of Atlantic Wireless, an authorized agent for US Cellular since 1997. Visit atlanticwireless.com to find the store near you. We go beyond the call.
Hey, Troy D here for my friends at Villa Verde. If you know me, you know I love being outside, but finding a good place to eat outside can sometimes be tough. Well, our pals at Villa Verde have fixed that. Not only does Villa Verde have awesome, unique, one-of-a-kind dishes here in Greenville, they also have a brand new outside dining area. And this outside area is sweet. It's covered, you're in the shade, and cooling fans are on. Enjoy the comfort and relaxation of dining outside with our friends at Villa Verde. Villa Verde on 10th Street, a platform for good.
Have you stopped doing your favorite activity due to chronic aches and pains? Let Eastern Physical Medicine and Rehab help. They provide regenerative injection therapy that can help with osteoarthritis, joint pain, carpal tunnel, and plantar fasciitis. Eastern Physical Medicine and Rehab will help you get back into the groove. Eastern Physical Medicine and Rehab, 2245 Stantonsburg Road, across from the hospital. Call 215-9294 for an appointment today.
Sawyer's Fun Park is now open in Greenville. This state-of-the-art 40,000 square foot facility features a 2-story LED interactive laser tag, a one-of-a-kind 2-story ninja course, a ropes course with a 180-degree zip line, and it's only one of 5 in the country that are indoors. Multiple climbing walls, a super cool arcade with 40-plus games, and a brand new full-service cafe and bar for adults. Visit the brand new Sawyer's Fun Park, now open, located right behind ARU on Corey Road, Greenville. East Coast Grading and Utilities is your source for clearing, hauling dirt, and concrete work. East Coast Grading and Utilities handles all sewer and water issues as well.
I'm David Bone. Whether putting in a new subdivision or helping you with any and all of your drainage problems, I can get the job done. Call me at 531-7494.
No job is too big or too small. East Coast Grading and Utilities. Friends helping friends. 531-7494 for East Coast Grading and Utilities.
Hi, this is Phil Steele of Phil Steele's College Football Preview Magazine, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 1 of Pirate Radio Live. Do you need custom t-shirts, apparel, or promotional items for your business, organization, or event? Keep it local. Print it local with University Sportswear. Contact them today at universitysportswearenc.com. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. University PC Care has been Pirate Nation's go-to IT expert since 2006. University PC Care are the local tech support experts for any of your business needs. Let University PC Care take care of it so you can take care of business. Visit universitypccare.com to learn more today. Now let's head back in to Pirate Radio Live. Here is your host, Clip Braun.
All right, we are 2 weeks away from Pirate Football. We'll talk Pirate Football with Ronnie Woodward coming up at 4 o'clock. Ryan Robinson joins Troy and I at 5 o'clock to give you all the behind the scenes and all the info you need regarding tickets and all that good stuff for the 2021 East Carolina football season, including the opener against Appalachian State. Speaking of football, here's a football question from the latest edition of Pirate Radio Trivia, which you can check out on YouTube. Subscribe to Pirate Radio TV, and you'll be notified when all of our new videos drop, including this program, The Brian Bailey Show, all of our post-practice interviews, which will soon be post-game interviews with ECU football. So make sure you're subscribed to that. Pirate Radio Trivia brought to you by White Claw Hard Seltzer and A.J. McMurphy's. This was our recent matchup with Rob and Allen. I was told beforehand that these two gentlemen had NC State backgrounds. So I had a couple of NC State questions. And as you'll hear, some things don't go as planned during trivia, and we have to change the rules as I'm seeing some brand new Touchdown Friday shirts with Brian Bailey here in studio. Looking forward to Friday night. Here's how it sounded on the most recent edition of Pirate Radio Trivia. In Phillip Rivers' final game, NC State defeated this team 28-6 in the Gator Bowl.
Notre Dame.
That is correct. The Fighting Irish.
Wait a second. What was that question again?
28-6 in the Gator Bowl. NC State defeated.
Okay. You said Phillip Rivers' finals game?
That was his last game, right?
Yes, it was. His last game was against Kansas.
And then, unfortunately,
I want to look that one up. I think Phillip Rivers' last bowl game was against Kansas.
That wasn't the question.
Oh, so he played a year after that.
Yes,
game.
he played
Allen,
Kansas.
That was his junior year. Yeah, that was his junior year.
Yeah. So,
you know what? I'm gonna give Allen a point.
Oh my goodness!
First time ever, Allen has answered a question in a question inception.
Yeah.
And gets the point.
The question inception. My goodness.
It's the new rule.
Yeah, new rule.
If you
Question
can answer
inception.
a question within the question, you get a point.
Wow.
Look, we make up rules as we go here on Pirate Radio Trivia. All right, your question, Alan. In 2005, NC State shut out this current American team that was playing in their first bowl game 14-0 in the Meineke Car Care Bowl. 2005, NC State shut out this current AAC team 14-0. It was their first bowl game this team was playing in.
Okay. I'm going to go. I know it was a Florida team.
Well, that narrows it down. If you are correct.
Oh, I'm sure it's a Florida team. I'm going with South Florida University.
All of a sudden, Alan, with the question inception and getting that one correct, has made it a 4-2 ball game.
I like it. I like competition.
Now we're getting somewhere. Yeah. All right, there was Alan and Rob, one round where they both hit the correct answers there. You can check out the episode in its entirety on YouTube. Subscribe to Pirate Radio TV. And that was a fun matchup because those two guys actually challenged each other. We have some other games lined up for the future weeks, but if you would like to participate, if you have a rival, a friend, an enemy you would like to face in Pirate Radio Trivia, you can tweet me, email me, clip@pirateradio1250.com, get up with me, and we'll get you on for a game, and you can find out if you are smarter than your pal. So just let me know. We're having a lot of fun with Pirate Radio Trivia, brought to you by White Claw Hard Seltzer and A.J. McMurphy's. The winner of each game gets a 12-pack of White Claw Hard Seltzer, a gift card to A.J. McMurphy's, and also some awesome other goodies mixed in there as well. All right, let's take a timeout. We'll come back. Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live on the way. Ronnie Woodward will join us inside the Pirate Radio studios. We got to fly in the studio. So Shirley and Chandler have not moved a muscle. They're not going to help me out. It looks like I'm on my own here. Fly in the studio. It's going to distract me the rest of the show. We'll see if I can kill it during the break. Not kill it. Gently remove it from the studio is what I'm going to try to do.
In other words, you're going to kill it.
I'm going to smash the hell out of it. I want guts and blood. All right, Ronnie Woodward joins us when we return after these words.
The Pirate Radio Podcast.
Former National Hockey League player Craig Cox. If you're going to get into a fight on the ice with a guy, what's the one thing you better do?
Better hit him more than he hits you.
But there is an art to the fighting, isn't there?
Everybody's got their own philosophy on, how to do it.
Listen to every Pirate Radio podcast now by visiting our podcast channel and subscribing in Apple iTunes or SoundCloud. The Pirate Radio Podcast is powered by White Claw Hard Seltzer, proudly distributed by Coastal Beverage.
Here with Mike Mullis from Fixed NC. And Mike, you were telling me the other day, people ask you all the time, I didn't know you did that. What does that mean?
Anything that involves property damage repair, call us first. If it's your crawl space, you've got interior humidity issues, a water loss, your ice maker line breaks, obviously fire and smoke, everybody knows we do those. But anything that involves interior or exterior property damage, we're your repair experts.
Mike, how can everybody get in touch with you?
252-999-0001 or fixednc.com.
To some, that may just sound like ice hitting heavy-duty plastic. But to a Bud Light legend, it's a signal that says it's time. Time to dust off the barbecue tongs and load up the cooler with 37 Bud Lights and an assortment of dips. Because it's time to take back all the fun we've missed. Welcome back, Bud Light legends. Let's take summer by the coolers. Cooler up at BudLightLegends.com. Enjoy responsibly. 2021 AB Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Have you been waiting to try CBD? ENS Hemp on Fire Tower Road in Greenville is the area leader in CBD. We want to educate you on how our products work with your endocannabinoid system. These products are all natural and non-addictive. ENS offers a variety of products to meet your needs. Tinctures, edibles, topicals, and even smokable items. Customer feedback indicates relief from stress, anxiety, fatigue, pain, and PTSD, just to name a few. ENS Hemp is located on Fire Tower Road. Also, check us out on our Instagram and Facebook pages.
Wait up. Papa John's has a new stuffed crust. Oh, we did it. All our tweets, DMs, and carrier pigeons worked. This ain't just stuffed crust. This is Papa John's crust. Stuffed.
Hey, Pirate fans, order the new Epic Stuffed Crust one-topping pizza for only $12. And now you can have the stuffed crust as an add-on to any large hand-tossed pizza. Place your order online at papajohns.com and sign up for Papa Rewards. Papa John's, the official pizza of the ECU Pirates.
Hi, this is Karen Staten with AG Home Solutions. Thinking of remodeling? We are your one-stop shop for all your home design needs. Our AG Home Solutions design team has over 25 years of experience. Need a new bathroom or kitchen? Looking to upgrade your cabinets, countertops, tile, or flooring? The Design Center is open to all homeowners and contractors. Call us for an appointment. Visit agshomesolutions.net and mention Pirate Radio to receive a $100 discount through the end of August. AG Home Solutions, turning your remodeling dreams into reality.
Have you ever seen those exotic aquariums like the guys do in Las Vegas on television? You ever thought about having one of these aquariums in your business? It's more affordable than you think. This is Hal Pruitt with rentafishtank.com. We can make having an aquarium in your business turnkey with no work, cleaning, or hassles for you. Rentafishtank.com creates a relaxing atmosphere and keeps children occupied. Rentafishtank.com already services many dental, pediatric, and doctor offices, plus hospitals and senior living centers. Check us out at rentafishtank.com.
In studio today with Messi, also known as Isaac Callis to his friends and family. Why F3?
I come to F3 because it's really fun, it's really challenging, and I get to be challenged and pressured in a good way by me being the only 2.0 kid here going against the grown-ups, seeing what I can do, and I just come to have fun.
One letter, one number, F3. Learn more today at f3enc.com.
This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, W224EI Greenville, WDLX Washington, and W281CH Washington. You're listening to Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour is brought to you by University PC Care, your local tech support experts for all your business needs. Let University PC Care take care of it so you can take care of business. Visit universitypccare.com to learn more today. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Brown & Wood is your home of the best selection of GMC, Cadillac, Buick, and Mazda in Eastern North Carolina for over 83 years. Shop their entire inventory online at brownandwoodauto.com or visit them on Greenville Boulevard. Now let's head back in to Pirate Radio Live. Here's your host, Clip Rock.
Thank you, Shirley. And also, thank you for keeping my name alive while I was gone. I heard you introduce Troy as Clip Rock.
Yeah, I tried. It was just like my brain.
Hard to kick, right?
Well, sometimes your brain goes on autopilot.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much what happened.
All right, Shirley's here. Chandler's here. Chandler will not be here on Friday because he will be preparing to call Whiteville football 2021. The season gets underway. Chandler, who's the first matchup for Whiteville in 2021?
North Brunswick.
North Brunswick Stew.
Scorpions.
You're going to turn them into Stew. What's the line on that game?
Whiteville 3.5.
All right, I'll take. I'm going to buy half a point. I'm going to take. How's the kicker?
Kicker's pretty good.
All right, I'm going to buy half a point.
What about the long snapper?
Oh man, how's the operation?
Long snapper is actually pretty impressive.
Have they asked you?
If it's the same guy from last year, he's pretty impressive.
Have they asked you to help out, show some technique?
Well, if he goes down, we might have to pull a South Carolina and add me to the active roster.
All right, there you go. We got Conley football coming your way on these airwaves on Friday night. How awesome is that? High school football is back. I think in a past life, our next guest used to join us every week. Hell, we were doing videos at one point.
Man.
Ronnie Woodward,
we were all over it
on the high school beat. There's been a great coaching tree that Ronnie developed. Jordan Anders, Danny Stapp.
Yeah, you got it.
He was a cool dude.
Yeah.
I still follow him on Twitter.
Yeah.
Who else? I remember doing videos.
Was after that.
Oh, Keeter, Jake Keeter, another interesting fella.
Me and Jordan were on the video thing for a while though.
Yeah, Jordan. I remember doing some videos with Castleberry as well.
Yeah,
back in the day. That was fun.
We were the OGs of that.
So high school football is back. Really had a good time talking to the coaches leading up to the season. I think Farmville Central's got a good one. I don't know how it's going to translate this year because they are down. But Ron Cook, I like him a lot. We talked to Perry Owens, put some ranch on it earlier this week, along with the other Pitt County coaches. So, all right, we'll get into ECU football. But, man, we got some breaking news. We have an ECU basketball non-conference schedule. We got opponents, baby. We got dates. We got. We don't have a lot of tip-off times.
It's only the non-conference?
Yes. The non-conference schedule.
I purposely didn't look.
Ronnie has not looked at it yet, so we're going to go game by game with Ronnie Woodward. I don't know. Instead of going win-loss, maybe we should do like interest level.
There you go.
Unfortunately, interest level is going to be very low on these opponents. I'll go ahead and tell you that.
Okay.
And also, while I'm thinking about it, let me pull up the Myrtle Beach tournament because I don't know if it has all the games for that on the schedule as of yet. Myrtle Beach Invitational. All right, so Ronnie, the season opens up Tuesday, November 9th against South Carolina State.
Okay.
You fired up for that one?
It's the opener? Why not?
Okay.
Yeah.
The following game will be Friday, November 12th against Canisius D. Canisius, what is their mascot? That is a cool looking thing.
Question. Looks like a squirrel of some kind. Flying squirrels, maybe?
I'm going to say no.
Oh, that's
the Griffins.
Eagle or something.
The Griffins. So,
not to be confused with the Griffons of Rocky Mount.
Correct.
This is like Glenn Griffin's, not GRY.
The big dogs. Griffin is a creature that has the back legs of a lion, the head and wings of an eagle. That is a griffin. And
it's a combo deal.
The Griffins will be in town coming up on, that'll be Friday, November 12th.
Well, Canisius is a cool first name, like school name, and I'm pretty amped up about that mascot now. Mm-hmm. So I think I like the Canisius game better than South Carolina State.
All right.
Just on the logos and school alone. Or not the mascot in the school.
Did you finish your sentence?
That's it.
Sometimes you leave me hanging.
Do I?
Yeah.
Well, my wife and people tell me that I talk too long. So I've told you I'm trying to work on that.
You're trying to be more concise?
And I repeat myself like 3 times.
All right. South Carolina State, Canisius, and the week isn't over yet, folks. 3 games in a span of 5 days. The Pirates on Sunday will take on the Fighting Castleberries of Western Carolina.
Yeah.
The Catamounts coming to Greenville. All right, so then the Pirates will get a few days off before traveling to Myrtle Beach for the Myrtle Beach Invitational, and this is the name game.
That's when it gets real.
This is the biggest challenge of the non-conference slate. Pirates will take on the Oklahoma Sooners. That game will be on either ESPN2 or ESPNU. And Chandler, I believe we have already said we're going to do a watch-along for this one, right? So, Ronnie, if you're not in Myrtle Beach, you want to come hang out, you're welcome to do it.
That looks like a good game.
Fun.
I like the next game, too.
It'll be against either Indiana State, the Sycamores, or Old Dominion, the Monarchs. And then that following game will be on Sunday. So they'll play Thursday, the 18th, Friday, the 19th, and then on Sunday against either, we have a look at a bracket here, I guess one of these other teams, right? So it'll be Davidson, New Mexico State, Penn, or Utah State.
Okay.
Either way, a pretty good team.
Utah State makes the tournament like every year in that conference.
Davidson's always good. We've seen Penn make the tournament before.
New Mexico State, we might have to do a Sean Williams check on that.
Ooh.
Or did he go to New Mexico? It was one of them.
I'm going to say it was New Mexico State.
I think so, too.
Let's look at their basketball roster. That is a really good call. And this is
off the cuff.
Is this the last year's roster? They do not have one for this year.
He would be on last year's if he went to that school. Might have been New Mexico.
Okay.
Oh, man.
Hell of a try, but do not see Sean Williams. Maybe it was New Mexico.
Okay, keep going. I'll look it up.
All right. So after we return from Myrtle Beach, which Cy Seymour says we have the advantage there because all these other schools, they're not used to the beach, but we are. So what do you got? New Mexico State?
Are they the Aggies? They all right.
Yeah.
New Mexico State.
The Lobos are New Mexico.
He's on 19 and 20.
But not on 2021.
Didn't make it to 2021.
Probably transferred to another school. All right. The Pirates return home. And by the way, according to this, East Carolina does not have a road non-conference game. They're going to play all either at home or at neutral sites. Coppin State, who is always one of the worst schools in Division I basketball, will take on the Pirates. East Carolina faces
Nichols.
Old Dominion.
I want to see them play twice.
Could be a rematch situation.
The Sycamores are a great opponent too, for that second game.
Yeah, so we could see Old Dominion twice. Gardner Webb. Tim Kraft comes home. I like trying to give each game a Tim Kraft, former ECU assistant, will be in Minges with his running Bulldogs, who made the tournament 2 years ago, and I think they missed out last year, but had a pretty good team. North Carolina A&T is on the schedule.
Always an interesting game.
Tell them to bring me my money.
No matter the sport.
Yeah.
I think they beat ECU in basketball in Minges. Lebo era, that Lebo year that became the Michael Perry. They did it 1 year. I don't know exactly what year.
I do know that Liberty has one in Minges Coliseum, but this game will be in Charlotte, North Carolina at the Basketball Hall of Fame Shootout, December 17th on a Friday. The Pirates will take on Liberty. And then I like this one, Ronnie, Southern Miss back in Minges Coliseum.
Conference USA?
To face the Pirates, old Conference USA foe. So that is the non-conference schedule. Pretty much. So what year was that, Ronald?
Lebo's final game.
His final game?
Was a loss to A&T.
Wow. He needs to get back. What is he, an assistant in North Carolina now? He's got to get that last loss off. He's got a bad taste in his mouth. His last game.
Because the UNCW was the next game for ECU. They won. Let me check. In Perry's first game, Perry's first game was emotional win. Interim coach.
All right.
Yep, first game. So that was it.
Good memory there, Ronnie Woodward.
And we know the football situation with A&T.
Johnny Gardner has at Arkansas Pine Bluff. Oh, who is he? Maybe he's saying, Sean Williams.
Oh, okay.
Johnny Gardner is our basketball guy.
A minute ago, but
Arkansas Pine Bluff. Good work there, Johnny G, our basketball unpaid intern who has all the news and notes. I
don't think it's bad. There's a couple duds in there, I guess, but there's some intriguing matchups.
The Myrtle Beach Invitational is great.
Yeah.
I like Old Dominion. I'm okay with Gardner Webb. That'll be a fun game.
I'm okay with A&T.
Liberty is good, but that's at Charlotte. I like the Southern Miss game. All right, so it's not terrible. I mean,
Canisius, we've learned is really cool in the last 10 minutes.
That's not a fun game, Ronnie. You can't sell me on that one.
Okay. But if you get through that, then the rest of them aren't bad. And I like the Canisius game.
They're going to start 3-0, right?
I would think so.
Yeah, you would think so. Probably pick up a few battle scars in the Myrtle Beach Invitational. And then coming out of that, Old Dominion, we'll see. Gardner Webb will be a good game, I think. Ronnie says watch out for A&T. Liberty, the Pirates will be an underdog.
And Southern Miss. It's a good game to on.
I like the Southern Miss game. Also, didn't mention this yesterday. Do you know what NBA champion, Ronnie, will be coming to Minges Coliseum this year? Well, you got a few of them, actually.
Like a coach?
Yes. Did you see the latest hire, Rasheed Wallace?
Oh, yeah, for Memphis, right?
For Memphis, along with Larry Brown.
Penny.
The weirdest coaching staff in America. Will be in Minges Coliseum this upcoming season.
Speaking of Rasheed Wallace, I'm glad you mentioned that. I was going to tell you, I watched today with my mom, and she was actually into it for a little bit, watching the little one. Netflix has a Malice at the Palace.
I watched it.
Oh, you have?
Yep.
You were ahead of me.
Watched it over the weekend.
I thought it was pretty good.
No, I watched it when I got back from Jersey, actually.
It was like an hour. It wasn't a huge investment. It was okay. There was some Reggie Miller love for sure, so I liked that.
Yeah.
It was entertaining. I was into it.
It was.
You didn't learn a whole lot new, I don't think.
Man, what a scumbag that guy is that came on the court. Not just for coming on the court, but for all these years later, blaming other people, calling. Can I say the B word on radio? He called Jermaine O'Neal a bitch, and this guy's leaving the arena on a stretcher. And complaining about being punched because he went on the court. I hate that guy. He is the worst.
He got some money out of that, I'm assuming.
The absolute worst. What a human piece of garbage that guy is.
But the documentary was interesting.
Yeah, it was. and he's in it. Check it out.
Yes. Okay.
All right.
Watched it, so never mind.
ECU basketball led us to the Malice in the Palace documentary on Netflix. Now is a good breaking point. Let's take a break. We'll come back, and we will hit ECU football hard. What has Ronnie Woodward learned through this fall camp? What is he looking forward to Saturday at the scrimmage? And what are his overall thoughts on Pirate football heading into the opener 2 weeks away? You going to Bank of America, Ronnie?
That's the plan.
All right, we will we'll talk to you live at Bank of America on the Bud Light pregame tailgate. If he's not there, he'll be in studio.
I got a text today from Igo that his credential is not approved yet.
Interesting.
He was like, "Has yours been?" I was like, "Yep, got it the other day."
Wow, is Hoist the Colors getting shunned in 2021? That'd be such a great storyline.
On it.
Man.
According to the Duke's Mayo Bowl, I got an approved credential.
From a storyline standpoint, I hope Igo does not get approved for that game. God, that'll be so awesome.
He'll be there.
I know, he will. I'm going to see if I can make a call and be like, look, don't let this Hoist the Colors. Like, Rivals.com, Mark Lindsay, approve his 100%. This Igo guy, no way.
Oh, man.
All right, we'll talk Pirate football when we return on Pirate Radio Live. Back with you after this.
This is John Gavigan with the Gavigan Agency. Our top priority is doing what is best for our members. Whether you are buying a new vehicle, a new home, protecting your family with life insurance, or filing a claim, our agency will be there every step of the way. Our goal is to become a trusted advisor for you and your family for all of your personal and commercial insurance needs. Give us a call in Greenville at 756-1400 for a car, home, business, or life insurance quote today, and give us the opportunity to show you the benefits of doing business with someone who cares.
Save lives, be a hero, and make $1,000 your very first month donating plasma at Grifols Biomat USA. At Grifols, it adds up fast. New donors can earn up to $1,000 in your very first month. It's the easiest way to make extra money. Start now at Biomat USA, 505 South Memorial Drive, Greenville. Find your donor center at grifolsplasma.com. Make up to $1,000 in a month and save lives now at Grifols Biomat USA. A better donor experience and better pay.
There's no better time to drive away with a quality pre-owned car, truck, or SUV from Greenville Auto World. Greenville Auto World is your authorized rough country dealer. We specialize in lift and leveling kits along with custom wheel packages. Whether you're looking for ground clearance or enhancing the appearance of your vehicle, trust our team for your off-road experience. Greenville Auto World, 3840 South Charles Boulevard across from Hardee's at Bell's Fork, or online at greenvilleautoworld.net.
Ahoy, mateys! To keep those cars clean, you need the Pirates Cove Fast Pass.
Greenville's original express car wash is now offering a fast pass for as low as $19.99. That's one pass, 4 locations, and unlimited washes. Visit us in Greenville on Fire Tower Road, Memorial Drive, and East 10th Street, and also in New Bern on Glen Burnie Road. And by popular demand, Pirates Cove on Fire Tower Road is now offering interior cleaning.
So we have you surrounded. Pirates Cove, the official car wash partner of ECU Athletics.
Warren's Hot Dog Pizza, homemade lemonade.
Hey Pirate Nation, Warren's Hot Dogs 2 locations are open for business in Greenville and Chocowinity. Both locations have drive-through windows, so stop by today for hot dogs, pizzas, subs, apple and peach turnovers, homemade lemonade, and breakfast in Chocowinity, featuring homemade cheese, ham, and chicken biscuits, plus sausage dogs and more. Warren's in Greenville across from Ron Ayers Motorsports and in Chocowinity next to the fire department. Warren's Hot Dogs. Want some? Get some.
At US Cellular, we believe you should get more of the latest 5G technology for less of your hard-earned money. Right now, get up to $1,200 off any 5G phone. The choice is yours. Any of our 5G phones with no trade-in or hidden fees. US Cellular, America's locally grown wireless. Terms apply. See uscellular.com for details.
Now that life is returning to normal, we have found a lot of good things that came from the pandemic. One of them is not having to go to the wireless store anymore. The Cellular Warehouse team has been in the business of delivering phones to your home and office for 20 years. People found out about our free delivery service and love the ease of getting a new phone, tablet, or hotspot. Call Toby Williams today at 252-799-7051 so you can start experiencing the joy of never going to a wireless store again. Cellular Warehouse, your local U.S. Cellular authorized agent.
It's bow time.
The new Bo's Chicken Sandwich isn't just any chicken sandwich. We took our time perfecting this bold seasoned, hand-breaded, certified Southern powerhouse. Pile that big league buttered milk crunch with crispy pickles and creamy mayo for a chicken sandwich so good, you'll forget your mic is hot.
Now over to you, John. Tomorrow we are going to set a record.
It's so fucking good! Try the new Bo's Chicken Sandwich, only at Bojangles. It's Bo time.
Pirate Radio. The voice of the Pirate Nation. You're listening to Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour is brought to you by University PC Care, your local tech support experts for all your business needs. Let University PC Care take care of it so you can take care of business. Visit universitypccare.com to learn more today. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. UBE has been a ECU tradition for over 50 years. You can shop online anytime at pirateware.com. UBE has the biggest and best selection of ECU sportswear and accessories for pirates of all ages. Every day is game day at UBE. Now let's head back in to Pirate Radio Live. Here's Clip Brock.
Back with you on Pirate Radio Live here on a Thursday, coming up in hour number 3 of today's show. Double R, Ryan Robinson, will be in talking Pirate football, tickets, all the other good stuff that you want to know heading into the 2021 ECU football season. He'll join Troy D and I coming up on Pirate Radio Live. We'll also make you a winner. Chandler Honeycutt played the role of Santa Shirley yesterday and gave away a large 2-topping pizza from Domino's. We'll see what we have in the booty bag for you on this Thursday coming up in hour number 3. All right, Ronnie, let's talk some East Carolina football. Second scrimmage coming up this Saturday. We ask questions, we get answers, we try to find storylines for this thing, and I try not to overhype things, but hearing Donnie Kirkpatrick, hearing Mike Houston this week, this is a pretty important scrimmage for a lot of individuals, including, I think, namely the backup quarterback position is under a microscope in this scrimmage on Saturday. Also, Stephen Igo asked Mike Houston if he'd like to have his depth chart kind of set after this scrimmage, and I think he broke it down the best way he could. Generally speaking, I think the answer is yes, but there's a lot of positions where there's a 1A, 1B. There's a lot of positions that the battle will continue even on into the season. So he'd like to have a set depth chart, but the way Houston answered that question, I think, was, practice is going to keep going on throughout the season, and there's a lot of positions that are so close, a depth chart might not even matter at some of these spots. So let's start with the backup quarterback, because is it unnerving to you that Mason Garcia hasn't grabbed the reins for that yet? Or do you think he has and they're just not saying that? Do you think it's a real open competition right now? I asked you 7 questions.
I know. I want to say to me it's a combo of the first 2 maybe.
Which was maybe what? I forgot.
Your first one was is it unnerving he hasn't done it? And then
has he done it, but they're saying it's open?
Yeah, I don't think it's that. I think it's the maybe public challenge, when coaches kind of purposely
they want him to get
some stuff.
Yeah.
Of, hey, challenging a player, go take this, And it's not that it's only Mason. I mean, Coach Houston has publicly said pretty consistently the last week and a half, whoever wants this, go take it. Mm-hmm. Everybody kind of expects it to be Mason, so I think that's the first one in that kind of challenge of go take it is, hey, Mason, go do this.
Houston has a pretty good track record of practicing what he preaches in that regard, because just look at the running backs last year, right?
Yeah.
Nobody had Harrison Mitchell playing as much as they did, and they earned it, and they showed it on the field.
So I think that's what that is, and if you look at the stats, Mason didn't have a good scrimmage, but nobody, Ehlers, was pretty solid, it looks like, but it's not like the offense tore it up. So, I still think it is just a public challenge for somebody to go do it. Garcia has all the physical skills to do that. There's a reason why he started last year when Ehlers was out against Navy. Don't spill that now.
It's a bummer.
So yeah, I mean, Alex Flynn is just kind of solid though. So maybe there's a chance maybe he starts as the number 2 on the depth chart. But I think they want Mason to be the guy and want him to go do it. But at some point, you can't just want somebody to do something. They want him or Flynn to prove that they make the most sense. So I am pretty excited about the scrimmage. When was the last time we got to watch like a full scrimmage? The spring game is a little different.
Yeah.
But I feel like these fall scrimmages are, especially the second one before the first game, is like full go.
So is this thing open to anybody?
It's the way I read it.
We're gonna have a scrimmage Saturday. Anybody wants to see it, can come see it.
Yeah, which I've also thought. I'm curious of like, this is like the regional baseball in me coming out of. I love that it's Meet the Pirates and anybody can come, but like the media can only do certain things. Like I love that. Like if you're Joe Smith and you're not a media member, you can go.
You have to jump through some more hoops.
Facebook Live the whole thing. You can do whatever you want. Probably if you're sitting in the stands and like they can't get you, but the media always has to be careful, which is always just interesting. And like ESPN, you can't shoot. Like Brian Bailey, local TV guys.
Oh right, yeah.
They can't shoot. But if you're sitting in row D, seat 8. Like, do your thing, as long as you're not like a credentialed media member.
Well, if it is open to everybody, even if it's only open the whole thing to media, it tells me that this is going to be pretty bare bones. Like
plays.
There's going to be a lot of running over the guard.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you can be right.
And some pretty basic stuff. But
either way, I'm curious to see just personnel. Who's grouped with who.
I kind of hope it is that. I wouldn't mind seeing a scrimmage of 40 straight run plays over the guard just to see what individuals win their battles on the line.
Yeah.
To be honest with you.
Yep.
Like that would tell you a lot. How is this young D line performing? How is this offensive line, which I still haven't bought in, but there's hope that they're going to be a lot better than they were a year ago. How are they looking right now? So, from what you've seen, Ronnie, let's go there next. We talked back up QBs. Let's stick with QB for 1 minute. This is a huge season for Holton Ahlers to take the next step.
Yep.
Is it important Saturday or not really?
I don't think. I think with him, it's important 2 weeks
confidence wise.
And
sure. Yeah.
Like he's got to. I hate to say it, it's not. He doesn't have to win games, but he's got to lead the team to win more games and take that.
Yeah, he's got to be more accurate. He's got to get more help. Yeah. All that has to happen.
We kind of know what he is in practice at this point. Everybody does, which is an interesting dynamic that I asked him and Coach Houston a few weeks ago. Like, how do you challenge Ahlers on Saturday and during practice? He knows the defense, he knows the offense, and vice versa. How do you test him to get game-like situations? They have to do some different things because he's been there for so long and has so many starts and all that stuff. So, I don't think Saturday is for him as much as it's what we talked about earlier, that number 2 spot.
O-line wise, Ronnie, again, you haven't been able to sit there for a full practice, but we've had some videos and pictures put out of the lines going head-to-head, blocking each other. So has any individual stood out to you? We'll start with O-line.
I think the Avery Jones thing is still intriguing to me, that he came in as a guard. He started a lot at guard. Fernando Fry was the starting center, and then it's always weird when somebody gets hurt. What's the baseball thing? Like Wally Pipp?
Yeah.
Right? So Fry gets hurt.
Was it DiMaggio's hitting streak? Who was who filled in for Wally Pipp?
I can't remember. Was it Lou Gehrig?
Yes, I believe it was the Iron Horse, Lou Gehrig.
I think it was. But yeah, because of injuries at center, Avery Jones goes to center during the spring, and
keep talking.
Now he's the starting center, and those guys are back, and they're mainly playing guard or some reserve, backup positions and stuff. So I think that dynamic is interesting. That
instead of doing the Wally Pipp, Lou Gehrig, let's do Stringer, Jairo Wilson.
There you go. Or Shane Carden, Rio Johnson.
Well,
that could be.
But no, that was the opposite of what happened, right? Like Rio lost his job due to performance. Shane lost his potential starting job due to a hand injury.
That's true.
But Rio came out because he wasn't that good, and Shane.
And then
Yeah.
State. Yeah, okay. We're reaching.
Anyway,
Yeah.
back to where we were before.
Yeah. Avery Jones, I think if he's what they think he is and they want him to be, I think that shores up the line a lot. Sean Bailey's been kind of in and out, but looks to be back. I'm trying to think of...
Here's a question I'm going to ask till the end of time, which is till the end of the offseason.
Okay.
Noah Henderson.
Yeah.
When does he play?
I think they
How
still
much
want
does he
to
play?
ease him along for the most part.
Do you see a scenario where week 5, week 6, he is the starting tackle moving forward? Not like
I don't think so, unless there's an injury to Malavik.
Wow.
Mainly Malavik. I think Malavik and Avery Jones are the two guys that I would say are the most like stable, whatever up front. Nashad Strother has been a tackle.
Yeah.
Maybe Henderson can earn some playing time or split some time with him. But I think Malavik, with his extra weight and his length, they want him to be an everyday guy. Every day. That's like a baseball. Every down. And I think Avery Jones the same way.
All right, let's move on. I'll stay with the offense. Coach Houston has mentioned Pop McKay.
Yeah.
The old Clip Brock, perk your ears up. Ronnie said that. I'm not referring to myself in the third person.
Oh, yeah. You're a Clip Brock rule.
when
you hear a name unsolicited.
Yeah, you kind of turn your head.
You got to pay attention to that.
I heard some Pop McKay. I think Coach Houston was referencing him earlier yesterday regarding for this scrimmage, right? Like, how is he going to handle?
It's almost like the second quarterback. Like, who's going to be the third running back? You know who 1 and 2 are.
Yeah.
Or 1A and 1B is kind of Mike Houston likes to describe it. And
I think we go preseason style, NFL preseason with Harrison Mitchell. We don't need to see them a ton on Saturday.
Keep them healthy.
I am excited to see who emerges behind those guys on Saturday.
I think McKay is going to get the first shot at it. They recruited him hard. They really liked when they signed him. And he's had some good moments. And he's been up and down like any freshman. So I don't think they expect him to come in and play a ton, especially early. But you're one injury away in the running back room from getting thin all of a sudden. So they want him ready. And yeah, I'm excited about him. And I think he can find a role and play some. But in ideal world, they're giving a lot of touches to Mitchell and Harris and doing it that way.
All right, Ronnie Woodward joining us here in the Pirate Radio studios. Receiver-wise, still a big group there behind your knowns with Sneed, CJ. We'll count Omatosho as a known at this point.
I think so.
He still has a chance to kind of emerge into something. You know what? Here's a hot take.
Go for it.
Igo was big on Hatfield or Calhoun having the third most receptions. I get confused. Was it yards or receptions? I want to say receptions.
That would make sense.
Maybe it was yards. Anyway, I'm going to say Omatosho takes a new next step. I'm going to buy into the highlight video, so to speak, where I've seen him make some cool plays this offseason.
Okay.
And so I'm going to say he turns into a better player in 2021 and is a reliable big play go-to guy for Holton Ahlers in the offense.
He could be number 2 in receptions if he has a really consistent year.
Yeah.
Sneed.
I don't know how much I believe what I just said,
Johnson.
But I think there is a chance, and I'm not going to write him off as just, every now and then he'll make a play and then he'll drop a couple passes.
Yeah.
I'm going to say he becomes consistent this year.
The drops have been the issue with him, but he hasn't been here very long either. So, to your point, he...
I would say he's been here a long time.
No, well, he transferred in 19, like, preseason camp, and wasn't, didn't know the playbook, and, wasn't, it took him most of the year to kind of fully get involved. And then, so last year, to me, was kind of his first full year, if I have the timeline right.
Okay, yeah, I guess.
Yeah, because he didn't play at UCLA. And then 19, he showed up like a week before the first game.
This is his third year. I mean,
yeah.
But to your point,
19 was tough.
They really baby stepped him along. It feels like, because he got here kind of late. Whatever.
He got late in 19. Last year was his. All
right, this is the year for Audio Matosho. You heard it here first.
I like it.
And again, has anybody caught your eye? I'm starting to lose hope on my Andre Pegues call.
Yeah. Tyler Savage is the one.
Savage, you hear a lot from. The former quarterback, Hudson, you hear quite a bit of. You like Savage. Savage is your guy?
I mean, I honestly think there's a big drop-off. I think I don't know how any fourth receiver, Hatfield maybe, like Igo said, like really, really factors into it. To me, it's your three guys, a receiver, your two running backs, and some version of tight ends. I don't think anybody in the receiver room makes a major, it doesn't become like a star or anything, in my opinion. I think they throw a lot to Snead and Johnson and Omatosho. If the tight ends emerge, that kind of becomes the other weapon. So, yeah.
All right. And
I don't think Savage is going to become a leading receiver this year.
Right.
Over the guys ahead of him, I guess. I think those three guys are your fastballs, as I like to say.
You're probably right, but once Snead came in, he hit the ground running. Is there I still think there's an opportunity for a guy we don't know quite yet to make an impact.
Hatfield has that potential.
And Hatfield's a known, but he had a down sophomore season.
Yeah.
Whereas his freshman year, like Donnie Kirkpatrick kept talking about, we got to find a way to get him the ball two or three times every game, specifically. So, all right. Well, there's your offense. Tight end. It seems like Shane Calhoun has emerged, maybe head and shoulders above the other guys to this point.
I think the most complete as far as what they're looking, blocking, receiving, knowing the offense stuff. Ryan Jones is still the wild card there to me, just because of the talent. And I guess that's just like I don't know what the word is. It's a sexy name type thing. Like when you have a transfer from Oklahoma, you're going to want to keep tabs on him. That's just part of it. If you transfer in from like another school, just the Oklahoma thing has some luster to it. And that Lincoln Riley was the coach there, and, he's got some talent. So
that whole thing's lost its luster to me over the years with Chase Hayden and all of these guys coming in.
But my point is, like, Arkansas versus Oklahoma,
Nah.
If you get, to me, there's like the Alabama, Oklahoma, Ohio State. Who else do we put in that category?
Okay, we got Worth Gregory from Alabama, but he was a punter.
Nigel Knott came from Alabama.
How'd that work out?
It didn't work out well.
Yeah. I don't care.
Yeah.
I'm going to pull a Tom Berenger who played the role of, let's see, in the Junction Boys, the old, who's the Bear Bryant.
Yep.
I don't care who your mama is. I don't care who your daddy is. I don't care where they went to school, Ronnie. It's a clean slate with me. You went to Bama, you went to NC Wesleyan. Doesn't matter. Line up.
Okay. I'm with you.
My hard ass, Ronnie. All right, let's take a timeout. We'll come back. When we return, we'll talk defense. We'll go down. That was kind of cool. I didn't really plan on doing it that way, but I think that's the best way to do it. Okay. Just go position group by position group. What have you seen? What do you want to see? How will it translate to the regular season? We'll do that when we return, when Ronnie Woodward rejoins us here after this timeout. Weekends are made for AJ McMurphy's. Start your Sunday fun day at AJ's. AJ's is now serving brunch from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. and a build-your-own Bloody Mary bar. Enjoy your weekend with live music on Friday night and Saturday night with no cover charge. And you can catch all of the MLB and ECU baseball action on AJ's TVs. See you this weekend at AJ McMurphy's, Turnberry Square at Bells Fork, and on Facebook, Instagram, and Snapchat.
For the latest from the world of golf, tune in every Saturday morning from 8 to 10 for the Golf Shop Radio Show. Hosts Mark Greenhelves and Matt Blanchard talk golf from tee to green and everything in between. If you like golf, you're gonna love Golf Shop Radio. Before you tee up, drop on in. Welcome to the Golf Shop.
County's Wood Ducks baseball is back. Come out Friday, August 27th for the Youth T-Shirt Giveaway for kids 12 and under, presented by Lenoir County Public Schools. Get your tickets now at woodducksbaseball.com or call the Wood Ducks offices at 252-686-5164. See you at Granger Stadium for Wood Ducks Baseball. Go Woodies!
The convenience of Pitt Greenville Airport is waiting just outside your front door. Service is back, so you're connected to destinations worldwide through flights from American Airlines. Plan your next trip. Book your flights today at flypgv.com or aa.com.
Ready to travel and take a trip this summer? Avoid the long check-in lines and congestion at the big airports and fly local at PGV. Fast, convenient, and close to home, PGV has recently added more American Airlines flights. Book today at aa.com. PGV, where the pirates fly.
While you're sleeping, our whole hogs are slow cooking over wood to create that bite that Eastern North Carolina is known for. I'm Sam Jones, and for more than 3 generations, my folks have been the torchbearers for what whole hog barbecue is supposed to be. At Sam Jones, you'll find plenty of smoke, but no mirrors. Everything, and I mean everything, is made fresh daily, including our sides, sweets, and sauces. Come on over and see us at Sam Jones Barbecue, and I bet you'll be able to taste our passion in just one bite. Sam Jones Barbecue, Fire Tower Road.
Hi, this is Jeff Charles, and welcome inside the booth. Another college football season is around the corner. My fearless AAC predictions are next.
Baltimore Orioles baseball.
Pitch home, Santander swings, and it's a drive out towards left field, heading back, circling at the track, and it's gone! Anthony Santander loves Casey Mize. Back-to-back jacks for Santander. He cuts the lead 6-2 in the 4th.
Catch all the O's action right here on Pirate Radio, your home of the Baltimore Orioles.
The American looks like the big two, Cincinnati and UCF, a couple of bona fide top 25 programs. After that, it's tough to pick a third-place team. SMU, Memphis, Houston, Tulsa, maybe even Tulane are bunched in the middle. That gets us to the Pirates. ECU, coming off a 3-6 season, should be better. It's Mike Houston's 3rd season of a major rebuilding job. He's 7-14 after 2 years, which is not surprising considering the train wreck that he inherited. Quarterback Holton Ahlers is poised for a big year. Running back Rajay Harris and Keaton Mitchell are blossoming stars. The receivers, led by Tyler Steed and C.J. Johnson, can be potent. If the Pirates just get decent offensive line play, they'll score points. Now to the defense. In this league, it is so hard to stop American offense. If they can get the defensive average down to about 29 points per game, the Pirates will win their share of games. Maybe 6-6. It's doable. Come on back again next time, and we'll visit inside the booth.
This is C.J. Johnson, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour is brought to you by University PC Care, your local tech support experts for all your business needs. Let University PC Care take care of it so you can take care of business. Visit universitypccare.com to learn more today. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Tommy's Express Car Wash. Come experience the difference of Tommy's. Now open at the corner of Greenville Boulevard and Red Banks Road. Doesn't your car deserve it? Visit Tommy's Express Car Wash today. Now let's head back in to Pirate Radio Live. Here is your host, Clip Barak.
Back with you on Pirate Radio Live on a Thursday. I started the show fired up. I have remained fired up. I will take that to an even higher level once Ryan Robinson joins us at 5 o'clock because he is always full of energy. He'll join Troy D and I here on Pirate Radio Live to get you set for what you need to know for the upcoming ECU football season and beyond. It has been rocking and rolling around these parts with students, families, and everybody going to UBE. I think everybody that's coming to East Carolina has entered the UBE doors over the last couple of days. The parking lot has been jammed and kind of almost got the feel of a home game day when we're here with you on the Bud Light pregame tailgate when UBE's like jam-packed for the first, say, 2.5 hours. Then it starts to thin out, and then when we're 30 minutes before a game, we're here in the building and we look outside and it's like a ghost town. It's kind of eerie because everybody has made their way over to Dowdy Ficklin Stadium. We are 2 weeks away from kickoff and the Bud Light pregame tailgate. 3:30 our start time to get you ready for the 7:30 kickoff between the Pirates and Mountaineers. That line has continued to trickle down. App State a 10.5 point favorite as we sit here this very minute. All right, Ronnie Woodward and I have about 10 or so minutes to talk about the defense so far this fall camp. Ronnie, Rick DeBrew is a pretty rocked up guy, Shirley, I would say. Rick DeBrew is a pretty rocked up guy. How is he and the defensive line? Is that not the best phrase ever?
I like it.
It kind of motivates me to want to get in shape just so I could say before I die that at one point I was a rocked up guy.
You've always been a brocked up guy.
Oh boy, that's wow.
Was that supposed to be fun?
That was good.
That was good.
Molly,
it was bad but good, and it was right up my alley. So thank you.
You're not that guy, pal. Trust me. You're not that guy.
A brocked up guy. How about the D line? Who if anyone, has stood out to you?
Yeah, I'd say definitely D'Abreu. I'm sticking with D'Abreu until he tells us Saturday.
You're such an antagonist.
We don't know. We're gonna.
What do you mean we don't know? Mike Houston said Rick DeBrew's a pretty rocked up guy.
Rick DeBrew's a pretty rocked up guy.
Well, we also called Bryson
Worrell
for do you really? I mean,
hey,
sometimes coaches aren't right either. You got to go straight to the kid.
A buddy of mine, Brandon Manning, was sitting beside Alec Makarevich's family, and they notified him that we had been saying his name wrong.
Exactly.
Instead of Makarevich, it's Makarevich. So maybe we need to hear it from the horse's mouth.
We do.
Is Rick DeBrew a rocked up guy, or is Rick D'Abreu a rocked up guy?
That's me.
Rick DeBrew's a pretty rocked up guy.
That's one of the missions for Saturday at Meet the Pirates for me and Igo.
Okay.
First and center. Front and center.
Who outside of Rock? Why don't we just call him Rock?
There you go. Number 15.
Rock DeBrew.
He's thrown me off at camp a few times. I'm out there in practice too. Because he's number 15, he's defensive line. I'm like, who is that guy?
Got to be honest. Jenny and Glenn have done a great job covering these fall camps for us. Pictures, video, interviews. Fantastic job. I am not up to date on my ECU numbers. I'll go ahead and admit it, Ronnie.
Number change. Well, he used to be 55, 52, somewhere in there.
It's still weird for me to see Bruce with a single digit.
Yeah,
and he's been that way over a year, I think, at this point.
No, he used to be 38. Up until this season.
Last year he wasn't single digit?
He was 38,
okay.
Sure.
All right.
But 15 on the line.
That's weird.
I've gone in the roster like, man, that guy had a good play. I had, same thing on a video or whatever, and then I'm like, oh, yeah.
Tyler tweets in, he's in, that's a good point. New dad Ronnie Woodward now rocking the dad jokes.
Hey, that's part of the gig.
It is.
I bought a Sam's Club polo recently. That's part of the gig too, man.
You got like 10 years left to live once you start doing that.
You got to rep the game. You're gonna be
a Sam's Club polo. You know what? While we're talking about it, I made one of the phrase "you get what you pay for." Usually that's true. Not in this case, because I got these shoes at these are George's.
Okay.
I got them at a store in New Jersey called Walmart. I think there's a couple around here. $15. I figured they would fall apart as I walked out of the store, but they are the most comfortable shoes that I have ever owned. That's awesome. I mean, what a buy. And Ronnie, you'll experience this. I got my daughter a new pair of Adidas's that were around $80 or so more than these.
Yep.
I think these are still better.
And you feel good about it.
But buying little kids' shoes is fun too, because you can just buy like the micro sized of really cool shoes.
Yeah.
That was one of my enjoyments of a very young toddler.
I think a lot of pink Nikes.
Yeah.
Purple and pink and whatever combos of girly, like Serena Williams gear.
Yeah, but like really cool shoes, yeah. What the hell are we talking about? The D-line, Rick DeBrew's a rocked up guy.
Yeah.
We were talking about number changes. Anybody else on the D-line? You know who we haven't talked about at all?
Did you mention Jair Wilson?
We ain't got there yet, bruh.
No, he's not a lineman.
Travion Freshwater.
Yeah. I think he's still...
MIA?
I mean, I've seen some decent things from him, but I think it's still a reserve role. I mean, to me, it's Elijah Morris and number 15, Rick. Those two are the starters, no question, the dudes up front. And I think they're trying to find what's the next whatever in line, the next set of guys. Because especially early in the year, defensive linemen, you rotate a lot. You have to. So that's something I'm going to look for Saturday too. But I think that's the area where they're still searching for that depth. There's some others. Xavier McIver. There's some other guys you mentioned.
Oh, there's a slew of young defensive linemen.
And it's who's going to be consistent and make those plays. I don't think they have the answers there yet. Still trying to figure it out. But Rick DeBrew,
rocked up guy,
he's been really good. I think he could be a serious player for some years in this league and on this team.
Is Jeremy Lewis the starting rush in for the Pirates 2 weeks from today?
It sure looks like it.
Okay.
So yeah, I'd say him over Chad Stevens.
Stevens has been mentioned a few times.
Side.
Yeah, where is Xavier Smith playing?
I mean, I think he's going to do a lot of shifting and rotating and whatnot, but
because I think if you have him and he's effective at an end, and you could have Bruce and Miles Berry, Aaron Ramsor,
in the middle.
Like I think Jeremy Lewis is a great athlete. I want to see what he can do, but the idea of having all those linebackers on the field at the same time excites me.
That's your good solid first unit of your best players.
Much. And you want to get the best guys on the field.
Then it's where the depth pieces fit. But I'm with you. I think that's your best. Whatever we just said, 6, pretty much 2 linemen, 4 linebackers, or rush in, whatever it kind of is now. I don't even know linebacker, outside linebacker, rush in. Xavier Smith, Jeremy Lewis roll, whatever you want to call it, and then the guys in the middle who are all veteran guys. I'm with you.
Gerard Stringer got Wally pipped. Did he?
He can be somewhere in there.
Or did he? He got hurt. Jaira Wilson came on the scene and looked great in his first year as a key member of the Pirate defense. But it sounds like Stringer's come back really strong, Ronnie.
Yeah, I think. And Blake Harrell is one. When I had an interview with Harrell during the summer, he mentioned that before camp that That's exactly. Last year he was out, and he said he didn't really know a whole lot about him.
Yeah.
Man, this guy's pretty good. It's first time
I've a new recruit.
Yeah, seen him move around. So, yeah, I mean, the secondary, if you count Stringer and Wilson as the secondary safeties, whatever their weird type of role is as well, has so many names.
I'm very high on the secondary. Now, there is a problem. If you can't get a pass rush, your secondary can look like garbage. But when you talk about McMillan and what he's done thus far, and Johnson and Fleming,
Nolan Johnson's had a huge camp. Hickman's been good.
The newcomer DJ Ford at safety. Everything I've heard, and just hearing him talk, how mature he is, it sounds like. And
Juwan Powell.
It was either Xavier Smith or Bruce Bivens said Ford was humble. And a guy coming from North Carolina as an upperclassman, how many transfers have come in, Ronnie, and just expected to have a job? It sounds like Ford was the opposite of that.
And I've seen Ford a lot on the second team defense and some different team-on-team stuff, which speaks to the depth. Again, I think he's a probable starter or definitely...
No, that's good news.
Whatever impact guy, but I've seen some times where he's with the number 2s going against Mason Garcia in the second offense.
Juwan Powell's a player.
That was what I was going to say. Yesterday I asked Houston about the secondary, what we're talking about. Who's kind of been the leaders? How's this thing fitting? The first name he said was Juwan Powell, and it's okay. First name that he said, you noticed. Then he mentioned Warren Saba is the veteran guy.
Yeah.
He mentioned Saba, and that's the thing. If Powell has had a really good camp, but if he's a starter, then that means it's booting out a Saba or a Ford or Stringer or somebody. So.
You know what else? This should be, no excuses, this should be, and I'm expecting this to be, the best kick coverage and punt coverage unit we've seen in years. With all this depth at backer,
Demetrius
but
Mooney.
more so even at second in the secondary. And Demetrius Mooney, the way they talk about him, just flying around wanting to tackle everybody, it sounds like he's tailor-made, Ronnie, for kick coverage and punt coverage.
Tegan Wilk is another one.
Another safety,
He's had some good moments. I've seen some good stuff from him, and he's probably not a starter. I don't think he's going to start over those other guys. But, yeah, that's special teams. That's a depth piece in there. Cruz Temple is a freshman who's been pretty good. But, yeah, still a freshman, so he's kind of, trying to figure it out. But, but you mentioned the defensive line is tied with the secondary, so that whole dynamic is interesting because I like those two defensive linemen, but after that, it's kind of who can you depend on that pairs with the secondary. It's going to be interesting.
Well, it goes both ways. The D-line the secondary can make your D-line look better if they can hold their coverage an extra half second, 2 seconds, whatever.
DJ Ford has got to be an impact guy because, again, that's something new from last year and the year before that we didn't know. If it's the same guys, well, we know that kind of looks like, even if they progress, but DJ Ford is totally new, and Stringer is kind of new to some extent as well. So, yeah.
Ronnie, we got a couple minutes left. Who is the starting punter and kicker going to be?
Saturday, I'm pretty juiced up to watch the field goals. As lame as that is.
Wow. I get it. I understand.
I looked it up today because I wrote a story on John Young, gave us the best insight on the kicking battle yesterday.
He was great yesterday.
He was awesome. I instantly, journalism mode clicked in my head. You know what? I need to ask John Young about the kickers because the coaches are going to be coaches, but John Young, and he still didn't say who's the best, but he kind of talked about what it's been like. But I don't know, honestly. I mean, it looks like Owen Daffer is the first name mentioned a lot of times, and he kicked in the spring game, made a couple field goals, but that's also because some of these other guys weren't here yet. So I think Young is the punter.
Okay.
I'd like to see maybe, I think I go ask this question, maybe they have a kickoff guy and a field goal guy.
With all those kickers, you might as well, if one can kick longer but doesn't have accuracy, make him your kickoff guy.
Maybe there's some combination, but I don't know. I mean, if I had to pick, I'd say maybe Daffer, just because I know that name more than the others. But
okay.
I do want to check that out, honestly, Saturday to see how they do.
All right, Ronnie, we are out of time. That was a good hour of football talk with a little basketball talk mixed in. So, would you like to do some over-unders next week?
Yeah.
We do it for baseball.
That's a good point.
I don't know if we've done it for football. I think maybe it was me, Igo and I can't remember. But how about I plan that for one day next week?
Next Thursday?
You want to shoot for Thursday again?
I like the Thursday at 4 o'clock slot.
Thursday, 4 o'clock. ECU football over-unders for the 2021 season will be coming your way. Shirley, let's get a break in. We'll come back. Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live on the way. Troy D will be here. Ryan Robinson will join us as well. More Pirate football talk on the way. And we'll make you a winner. Open up the booty bag. It's all ahead. Hour 3, Pirate Radio Live. Back with you after this.
The Pirate Radio Podcast.
Sam Jones of Sam Jones Barbecue and Skylight Inn fame. If it's not cooked with wood, it's not barbecue. That's kind of the big theme of Skylight and your family's history of whole hog barbecue.
If you go back to the origins of barbecue, that was the only heat source. Once upon a time, people cooked hogs in the ground. Simply dig a hole, put something to span that pit, and lay the hog on it. Sometimes it was tree limbs, for instance. And I said, after all these generations, our family has evolved about 3 foot above grade. In the block pit.
Listen to every Pirate Radio podcast now by visiting our podcast channel and subscribing in Apple iTunes or SoundCloud. The Pirate Radio Podcast is powered by White Claw Hard Seltzer, proudly distributed by Coastal Beverage.
At Jersey Mike's, we take great satisfaction in getting that perfect meat slice. Yes. But we don't do it for fun. We do it for fresh. Because slice to order makes a sub above. Alone, chicken, onions, peppers, and cheese have potential. Together, they have a purpose, a destiny, and a name. Jersey Mike's number 16 Chicken Philly, because grilled to order makes a sub above.
In sports, if you think joy only happens after you win, think again. Look at the world's most successful athletes like Serena Williams, Brooks Koepka, and Alex Morgan. They don't spend all their days grinding away. They take time to enjoy themselves, like getting together with friends over a Michelob Ultra, because they know that happiness is the key to winning, and that joy is the whole game, not just the end game. Michelob Ultra. 95 calories, 2.6 grams of carbs. It's only worth it if you enjoy it. Enjoy responsibly. AB Michelob Ultra Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
If you're recovering from an injury, getting back into sports, dealing with everyday pain or fatigue, then Kinetic Physical Therapy and Wellness can help you get back on track and live well. Kinetic's award-winning staff features a TPI golf specialist that offers assessments and rehab to help you get back on the course and playing your best.
This is Dr. Shondell Jones, and you deserve to live well. Call us at 364-2806 or visit kptonline.com. Go Pirates!
North Carolina State Parks is proud to announce that they have partnered with the Hometown Strong program. Our visitor centers are now equipped with public Wi-Fi to help kids with school. Remote learning has become a critical public health measure in maintaining social distance and continuing to educate our young people. Take advantage of Wi-Fi and a hike at Goose Creek State Park or a day trip to the beach and access remote learning at Fort Megan State Park. For more information, visit hometownstrong.nc.gov.
Ooh, look at all that Parmesan cheese on that papadilla. Our freshly folded flatbread filled with juicy meats and melted cheese now has a crunchy, toasty outside. Now that's what's Papa. Order today at papajohns.com.
Hey, Pirate fans, order the new Parmesan Crusted Papadilla for only $7. The new Parmesan Crusted Papadilla is an MVP move for game day or any day. Place your order online at papajohns.com and sign up for Papa Rewards. Papa John's, the official pizza of the ECU Pirates.
The icy treat that can't be beat is Sparky Snowballs. From big kids to little kids, Sparky Snowballs has been making smiles happen for over 20 years. If you're not in the mood to chill out with a snowball, Sparky's funnel cakes and fried Oreos are a perfect Sparky-licious treat every time. Look for Sparky Snowballs location at the Food Truck Rodeo on the corner of Evans Street and Fire Tower Road, and remember to follow Sparky's on Facebook or visit SparkySnowballs.com.
This is Mark Washington with Max Sports Performance at Max Fitness. Our facility has reopened and is following all safety protocols. The best thing you can do to strengthen your immune system is, of course, to work out and exercise on a regular basis. I can assist you as your performance coach. You can also enjoy the benefits of a private facility. Avoid the crowds and work out at Max Fitness. Now is the time to get healthy. Max Fitness, just off Highway 43 in the old Ace Hardware building behind Speedway in Greenville. Call me, Mark Washington, 902-4877.
This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250 and 92.7 FM Greenville, WDLX Washington, 930 and 104.1 FM Washington. You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour is brought to you by Carolina Hardscapes. Making memories with your family and friends is what life is all about. If you have a dream of having a backyard patio fireplace, pool walkways, fire pits, or more, then Carolina Hardscapes is the place to call. Get started on your dreams today at Carolina Hardscapes on Fire Tower Road, across from Bostic Sun Furniture. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Are you someone who's been waiting before trying CBD? ENS Hemp is the area leader in CBD, and they want to educate you on how their products work. Get relief from stress, anxiety, fatigue, pain, and PTSD today at ENS Hemp on Fire Tower Road near Sam Jones Barbecue, or online at eshempcompany.com. Now let's head back in to PRL. Here's Clip Rock.
Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live here on a Thursday, 2 weeks away from kickoff. 2 weeks from right now, we'll be in the middle of the Bud Light pregame tailgate, getting you ready for East Carolina and Appalachian State. Troy D is alongside. Hello, Troy.
Man, you read my mind, Clip. I was just thinking about that, how 2 weeks from right now, we'll be neck deep in the Bud Light pregame tailgate show. And you know how fast 2 weeks goes by at this time of year. It's going to seem like a week. Finger. 2 weeks is really going to seem like a week. That's what I think.
It's coming.
Yeah.
And we are fired up and ready to go.
We're going to talk a lot of football today and ECU athletics. Lots to catch up on and talk about with Ryan Robinson, who was like the, I have to get his new, he's got a new title now. This is the first time we've had him on officially since being named director of the Pirate Club.
That's right.
So, he's still assistant athletic director, but now he's in charge of fundraising for the athletic department. So we'll talk to Ryan about that and all the other things as they get ready for a September 11th kickoff, first home game in Dowdy Ficklin Stadium And it'll be the first time fans have been back in Dowdy-Ficklin Stadium in full force in what?
Since 2019.
Yeah, since 2 years. So lots to get ready for ECU Football Clip, and we got a lot of topics to cover with Ryan Robinson.
If you got a question, you can send it to us on Twitter and Facebook. I believe we've already got a couple that we can get to and ask Ryan Robinson. So we will do that. We will open up the Pirate Radio booty bag and have more for you in Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. We're back with you after this.
Sawyer's Fun Park is now open in Greenville. This state-of-the-art 40,000 square foot facility features a 2-story LED interactive laser tag, a one-of-a-kind 2-story ninja course, a ropes course with a 180-degree zip line, and it's only one of 5 in the country that are indoors. Multiple climbing walls, a super cool arcade with 40-plus games, and a brand-new full-service cafe and bar for adults. Visit the brand-new Sawyer's Fun Park, now open, located right behind ARU on Corey Road, Greenville.
Wait up. Papa John's has a new stuffed crust. Oh, we did it. All our tweets, DMs, and carrier pigeons worked. This ain't just stuffed crust. This is Papa John's crust. Stuffed.
Hey, Pirate fans, order the new Epic Stuffed Crust one-topping pizza for only $12. And now you can have the stuffed crust as an add-on to any large hand-tossed pizza. Place your order online at papajohns.com and sign up for Papa Rewards. Papa John's, the official pizza of the ECU Pirates.
Trying to decide where to get your car washed? Well, let Tommy's make it an easy decision with free unlimited car washes for the month of August. All you have to do is go to your app store, download the Tommy's Express app, enter code NCJM. That's the promo code NCJM. Select the unlimited quality wash, register your vehicle, and you're good to go with free car washes all of August. If you like it and keep it, it's only $19.99 a month. If not, you control it and you can cancel it anytime. Tommy's Express on the corner of Red Banks Road and Greenville Boulevard, Greenville.
At US Cellular, we believe you should get more of the latest 5G technology for less of your hard-earned money. Right now, get up to $1,200 off any 5G phone. The choice is yours. Any of our 5G phones with no trade-in or hidden fees. US Cellular, America's locally grown wireless. Terms apply. See uscellular.com for details.
This is Brandon Tate, owner and operator of Atlantic Wireless, an authorized agent for US Cellular since 1997. Visit atlanticwireless.com to find the store near you. We go beyond the call.
Pirate Nation, the newest sports bar is Quarters Bar and Grill, offering gourmet burgers, hot dogs, and wings with unique flavors Greenville has never seen. Pirates like to drink too. Quarters Bar and Grill offers a selection of 10 beers on tap and over 50 different craft beers. Come check us out at Quarters Bar and Grill, open Wednesday to Sunday, 11 to 11, located at the shopping center next to Krispy Kreme. Check us out on Facebook and Instagram and be on the lookout for Quarters Cash hidden around downtown Greenville. Quarters Bar and Grill, the plunder never tasted so good.
Although innovative new resources such as digital media and social networks have grown in popularity, smart marketers recognize that printing is a mainstay.
We live in an age of computer hacking, scams, and fly-by-night businesses, so it's reassuring to consumers when they receive printed marketing pieces.
It exemplifies business confidence and conveys a high level of commitment.
It also fosters trust, which leads to engagement and ultimately brand loyalty.
When you're ready to grow your business, come to PIP, where business goes to grow.
The best place for delicious food and great prices is Familia. Familia has something for everyone, like New York-style pizza, lasagna, chicken, veal, or eggplant parmesan, homemade meatballs, plus a variety of seafood selections and favorites, like the steak burger and southern pork chop. If you need food to go, Familia's drive-thru window is open and ready for all takeout orders. Familia, Fire Tower Road near Pitt Community College, and FamiliaNC.com.
Hey Pirate fans, did you know there are thousands of special needs children and adults right here in our community that loves ECU athletics as much as you do? Robbie's Clubhouse is a local nonprofit organization that can turn your unused ECU tickets into a fun day for a family with special needs. If you can't make it to the next Pirate game, simply call 1-800-DIAL-ECU and donate and designate your tickets for Robbie's Clubhouse. Go Pirates!
This is Big John Williams, strength and conditioning coach for East Carolina football, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour is brought to you by Carolina Hardscapes. Making memories with your family and friends is what life is all about. If you have a dream of having a backyard patio fireplace, pool walkways, fire pits, or more, then Carolina Hardscapes is the place to call. Get started on your dreams today at Carolina Hardscapes on Fire Tower Road, across from Bostic Sugg Furniture. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Save lives, be a hero, and make $1,000 your very first month donating plasma at Grifols Biomat USA. It's the easiest way to make extra money. Start now at Biomat USA on 505 South Memorial Drive. Make up to $1,000 in a month and save lives now at Grifols Biomat USA. A better donor experience and better pay. Now let's head back into PRL. Here's Clip Barat.
Alrighty, back with you. Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live here on a Thursday, 2 weeks away from kicking off the East Carolina football season, 2 weeks away from the Bud Light pregame tailgate, and about 25 hours and 49 minutes away from D.H. Conley football.
Wow.
Here on Pirate Radio.
Some quick math right there, Cliff.
Very quick math.
Better than I could do, probably.
The high school huddle coming up 6 o'clock on Friday. Morgan Naylor's back. The really the best area high school radio show you can hear to get you ready for the Friday night games. Then we got Conley football returning to the airwaves on Friday night. Troy D. Football is here.
I'm fired up. Did you hear about the big merger yesterday?
Between?
This is big news. E.B. Aycock and CMEPS middle schools have merged football programs for 1 year. Both teams were a little light on the numbers coming out of a COVID year. So to make sure they could play, they have now those two are like hated. This is like Duke and UNC merging in basketball.
This is like Remember the Titans.
Yeah, that's very similar. You're the third person that's told me this. That they are merging for one football season this year. Big news in the world of middle school football. I'm surprised your buddy hasn't reported on this.
Don Jaworski?
Don Jaworski will be all over the story.
They're still not as good as A.G. Cox.
So anyway, I think them two combined, this could be some type of super team out of middle school this year.
Interesting.
For Pitt County.
Yeah. I did not hear about that.
Yeah,
Thanks for bringing that to my attention.
Story for you. All right, let's go to the Fixed NC Live line. Another story we're following, as you mentioned, ECU football. This is your 2-week warning, 2 weeks until kickoff in Bank of America Stadium. And then it'll be September 11th is the home opener against the SEC foe of South Carolina, the Gamecocks, rolling to town. Ron Robinson from ECU Athletics has joined us. Ron, first of all, welcome back to the show. Always great talking with you. You had to take off. You're very busy this time of year. We were going to have you in studio. You had to take off, I know, to go see some donors today, I believe, in Raleigh. As your new title and new job, congratulations as the executive director of the Pirate Club.
I appreciate it, guys. Yeah, I was in Greensboro earlier meeting with third chapter, and then I drove to Raleigh and got something tonight, and then tomorrow before heading back for big scrimmage on Saturday. I do have a question. So how is the Pan Pack going to be this year with put some ranch on it? Are they going to be a contender this year?
We had Coach Perry Owens on just a couple days ago, Ryan, and he said that they are now the hunt head rather than the hunter. The bullseye is on the back of the Pan Pack.
Yeah.
Oh, I like it. Okay.
They're the salad, and everyone else is looking to be the ranch.
That's right. Everybody's looking to be the ranch. No, we got a great scrimmage scheduled for Saturday. We'll do it early this year, which, I don't know. With the weather right now, I think it's hot all the time. But probably going to get kicked off. It'll open at 9, but I'd say the scrimmage will start around 9:30. And I think you've probably been to some of them, Troy, but I think Coach Houston, it's usually about an hour and a half, hour and 45 minutes. Now, I will tell you, we got an equipment sale this year, and I went down yesterday and looked at some of the stuff they're selling, and there's some really good stuff that you're going to be able to get at rock-bottom prices. And that'll be in the Carl and Connie Rogers Pirate Club level. I know people will be waiting in line that morning. So it's going to be a good day. You know, and I think that what it does, too, it gets everybody out of here around noon. They can still enjoy their day, but really get an idea, because according to Coach Houston, I think next week, they're really jumping into App State prep.
Yeah. All right. Real quick, this football sale, or I should say the athletic sale that's going on, all the surplus equipment you guys have. Where is it in Minges Coliseum this year?
No, it's in the Carl and Connie Rogers Pirate Club level, so that's kind of right by the tower.
Right. Okay.
Right
underneath the basement, the not basement, but the ground floor level of the tower.
Ground floor level, and they'll be able to go around, park on the north side, walk around, be able to go through it, and then enter the stadium. So we'll be open at 9. Try to get as many people as we can through there. I think if you've ever been there, there's so much stuff. I mean, you're talking jerseys and cleats, and there's a really, you never know what you'll find. I think somebody might have some Brian Bailey old ties in there. I don't know.
God,
there's a little bit.
Those should be really cheap.
Ryan, this is Shirley. Quick question about the equipment sale. For those of us that want to attend, where do we need to park in order to, like, if we want to get there early and get in line, where do we need to park?
On the north side of the stadium, so right outside Minji's.
Okay.
All right.
Right outside Minji's, and we do always have, I don't know his name, but we have one gentleman, he is always first in line, so Shirley, do not beat him. I think you would upset him. He likes to be first in line, but it would kind of, if I see Shirley out there, I will definitely bring her breakfast. I plan on bringing some bagels for the people that are out there early. But it's cool. I mean, I think there's going to be a lot of people that are going to be able to go through there and get stuff. I mean, you're talking abundance of Adidas gear, cleats. It's really cool. I'll be honest, when I was at Tennessee, we did not do this. And now looking back, I'm like, this is really cool that East Carolina does this and lets fans kind of buy the stuff. It's really cool.
Yeah. All right, Ryan, let's, you came here as the executive associate AD for external relations. Now your main role is with the Pirate Club as executive director. How have you liked transitioning into this fundraising role? And I know you still have some of the external relations job responsibilities, but now your main responsibility with fundraising for the Pirate Club. How has that transition gone, and how is it going as far as fundraising?
It's different in the realm, Troy. I think in my past position, I really needed to be in the office a lot. And now I need to be on the road as much as possible. And I do feel like one of my strong suits is communication. So I do like meeting people in person, talking to them on the phone. So I've been doing a lot of that the last 3 weeks. But, really, I feel like all my career I've been a fundraiser. I did a lot of fundraising early on in my career. But now I love it because I think we have a really good staff. We got a lot of energy right now in the Pirate Club, and that's including Big Guy. Big Guy brings the energy, too. So we have a lot of energy. We kind of have a plan of how we want to attack things, really getting back and hitting the chapters, but also every donor counts. And I know people say it all the time, but we really got to reach the donors at the lower level and really cultivate that relationship. And I've been really enjoyed my phone calls probably over the last month. I mean, we've got so many great Pirates here that do what they can to support athletics in the Pirate Club. So I really like it, Troy. I think we're going to probably a couple weeks away from announcing several different kind of new initiatives with the Pirate Club. To get letter winners back involved, local businesses. So we have a lot of cool things on tap, but it's definitely different. I will tell you that.
Ron Robinson from
I'm not in meetings anymore.
I got you from ECU Athletics joining us on the Fixed NC Live line. Ron, how are we looking season ticket sales right now for ECU football? I know there's been a little bit of a bump up. Where are the Pirates? And then also second part of that question, what would it take? What's the likelihood of a sellout for the South Carolina home opener? Because if we're going to have a sellout, I feel that's the one game that's possible. But how far of a stretch is that to even be able to say that right now?
Yeah, well, I tell you, we got good news. The last 2 days, we've had a really good reception of season tickets. We are about 50 tickets away from 13,000, and that was kind of our goal after the kind of pandemic and uncertainty. Now, I think annually we probably need to be at that 15 level. I think that's very fair. So hopefully we can get a big push. But, Troy, you and I have talked about this. Season tickets are the key. So, you just kind of do the math of, let's say we get, say we have a great 3 weeks, we have 14,000 season tickets. For South Carolina, you'd like to get between 7 and 8 single game tickets, 7 or 8,000. So that's 21,000. You add in, let's hope we can get 10 to 12 students, 10 to 12,000 students. So then you're in the 33, 34. The Bill Park Homes thing was huge because that probably puts us over 40. And then I think South Carolina, last I heard, South Carolina had 1,600. I think that number will go up a little bit, but I don't get the sense they're not buying them from South Carolina as many as I thought. So you're probably looking right now 43, 44. But we got a lot of time. I mean, you're still talking 3 weeks before we play. Obviously, a win over App State would kind of change the game a little bit and get more people. I love what Coach Houston's saying. I do think, 50,000 would be unbelievable. We just got a lot of work to do to get there.
Gotcha. Ryan Robinson joining us. Ryan, people fired up for the home opener. People fired up to go to Charlotte on September 2nd. Should be a lot of Pirate fans there. John Moody asking how many tickets has ECU sold for the Appalachian State game? And also, Ryan, do you know a total number of tickets sold for that game thus far?
John Moody always asks a good question. We went through our tickets quickly. We probably went through, I think, 4,800 to 5,000. We went through ours fast, and now they're being sold through Charlotte and App. Someone asked me the other day, Clip, the best guess, I have not asked Charlotte or App yet, but my best guess is you're probably looking at the 30 range. But I need to get you all a more detailed figure because I have not asked App or Charlotte. App has told us they've been selling tickets at a pretty good pace. I know a lot of Pirates that are going, and some people did not go through us because we only had a certain amount of tickets and kind of end zone and a little bit of corners, and I think we had one section of club tickets. So there's a lot of Pirates that kind of went through other ways to get their tickets. It's a road game for us. We will have our band and our cheerleaders. So I think your lower level is going to be obviously full, and then we'll see what's on the upper deck.
All right, Ron, I want to ask you this because I know, on a positive at least, things are a little bit different this year than they were last year, especially with fans being able to come back and not having to deal with the social distancing. But a lot of folks are having COVID fatigue, but we can't ignore it. In the event, it's my understanding, in the event there's a game that they're not postponing games this year like they did last year with the COVID situation, that if a team can't play because of a COVID outbreak, it's a forfeit, is my understanding. Is that correct, number one, with the conference? And even with the East Carolina-South Carolina game, let's run a scenario that South Carolina can't play because they have a COVID outbreak. Does that mean East Carolina, that's a forfeit, East Carolina gets the win? And if so, what happens to those tickets for that game? Do fans get refunded for that one game?
Yeah, that's a good question. We haven't really talked about it, but I think both schools, from what I understand, are really moving in the right direction. So that's a question, something we haven't talked about, Troy, and I guess I'll turn it around. And we haven't really had those conversations. Right now, our plan is to pack Dowdy Ficklin. Obviously, we're going to be smart. We want everybody to be smart. And I'm not naive to the fact that all of our students are coming back to campus this week. So, usually it kind of takes a week to see where everything's at. I know I feel really good about our football team and where they're at from a health standpoint. And we still got to do our part to kind of keep them in a bubble. So, but no, I mean, that's a good question. I really don't like thinking about it because right now we need that game. We need to play South Carolina here, not just for football. We need our fans back.
Yeah,
we need to get everybody back having fun in a tailgate mode. And I'm very respectful of COVID, but you're seeing a lot of other people do it right now.
Yeah, and that was a worst case scenario, question. Hopefully we're not dealing with that. What we are hoping to deal with is tailgating, and a lot of it. I guess that's all systems go. We've had a lot of folks ask us about that. Everything set back to normal as far as tailgating.
Yeah, I think the main thing is we just got to be smart. I think we started slow in baseball and kind of opened it up. I think everybody's just got to be respectful of everybody around them. Obviously when people come into our stadium, we'll still have masks available if they want to wear them. We're tailgating right now. We've actually sold a lot of parking lately. We've actually sold a lot of seats in the tower in our trade club. So we're going to have a lot of tailgaters and a lot of people at that South Carolina game. But yeah, right now I don't anticipate any restrictions on that. But as you know, everything is kind of day by day. I know Charlotte announced, I think, in their indoors areas, in the club level, when you go to the concession stand or whatever, you need to have a mask on. So we're following all the medical protocols. John talks to them daily, and then kind of updates us.
Speaking of indoor, Ryan Robinson, perfect segue to my next question. the final piece to the puzzle, really, for ECU football, the facilities have really come a long way over the past couple decades. But there is one glaring piece that this team and program is missing. And, especially this time of year with the thunderstorms and the heat, where I'm going with this, and that's an indoor practice facility. I hear Coach Houston talk about it almost every time we have him on the show. Now, as the chief fundraiser in charge of the Pirate Club, does that indoor practice facility fall on your shoulders, and will that become a reality while Ryan Robinson is at East Carolina as director of the Pirate Club?
Well, I will tell you this. The most Coach Houston might say it to you. He says it to me a whole lot more than he says it to you guys. And, John, here's the deal, man. We understand. I mean, you put an indoor facility on our campus, I would say our facilities would rival just about anybody. If you really think about it, we've got the new turf practice field. For football, we've got the auxiliary turf field. So it's a next piece. We've got several things that need to be involved, whether we do a campaign or whatever. But yeah, I mean, the indoor facility, I would love to be a part of that. And I think you have support for it. I think right now, Troy, you're just kind of getting out of this pandemic. You're really still in it. I think you got to be mindful of things like that. But there's going to be a time and a place, and it would be the final. It wouldn't be the final piece, but it would be a major addition to the ECU football program and our footprint. But not just ECU football. That kind of facility can be used by every sport.
That's that's true.
Outside the other day watching, it was like 6:30 in the morning. These girls are soccer, I think, is out there running, doing their conditioning. So it could be used by a lot of things for a lot of people. And I know Coach Godwin has things on that he would like to get done. We have our, I'd love at the end of the day, men's and women's golf facility. So there's a lot of things on the list, but yes, indoor football facility is something I know Coach Houston and we talk about a lot. We just haven't moved forward with anything.
The tickets that were purchased by Bill Clark Holmes for the 6,000 upper deck tickets for that first home game, how, if someone, I assume those are going to be given away, I think you said, to first responders and folks in the community that are deserving. How are you guys handling the distribution of those tickets, and how does someone get one if they feel they fall in the category?
Well, the Pirate Club is what we're doing is working with local organizations, and we're kind of making contact with them now. And then they're going to kind of help us take some ownership and also distribute them as well. I want to make sure they end up in the right people's hands. So, for example, it would be me working with, Violet, and then, them getting a list of people that want to come to the game, and then we will distribute the tickets to them. But that was a huge deal. Like, I can't thank Bill and Lance and Heath and Hunter enough, because those are always tough tickets to sell. It kind of made me laugh. I think might have been a South Carolina fan made a comment the other day, but it's sad you got to sell, 6,000 tickets. Well, you're going to see that around college football a lot, and kind of upper deck. So for them to do that, and then for us to honor these heroes, man, it's a pretty cool deal. I'm fired up about it. Plus the anniversary of 9/11. So we got some really cool stuff planned for that game.
Ryan, sounds good. Nathan, I know we'll get you back on before the first home opener to kind of go over some of the stuff in details. And I know a lot of the stuff's still being finalized and worked on now, and you got a few weeks before the season opener kicks off here in Greenville for South Carolina. But anything you want fans to know while we got you on, any new concession things? I know you were the one that was really kind of headed up the fan-friendly pricing at some of the concession items. Will that be back this year now that fans are back?
Yeah, that'll be back. We'll have the kids zone. We're kind of working on a few other things that hopefully next week be ready to announce. But really, I mean, right now we just need to sell tickets, but also just get the momentum. I can feel it. In Greenville, everywhere I go, people are talking about Pirate football. So we've got to get that momentum, and then come September 11th, what's Coach Houston say? Let's lock the gates and play. So it gets me fired up even thinking about it. Every time I hear Coach Houston do one of his post-practice videos, I'm ready to roll.
Awesome stuff. Ryan, thanks for joining us, man. We'll hook up again next week or two, one more time before the kickoff, and look forward to catching up again.
Shirley, what kind of bagel do you want Saturday?
Wow, this is service right here.
Oh, that's easy. Just a plain bagel, maybe a little cream cheese on the side.
Okay, you got it. Clip, You have a great day, and enjoy the high school football this weekend, and you guys have a great evening.
All right, thanks, Ryan. Appreciate
Double R.
you checking in. All the best. Ryan Robinson with ESU Athletics. Has more titles than a business card can hold.
Yeah. Some of those are fake, but most of them are real.
Which one's fake?
I don't know. External, internal.
Well, he's external. He's an external guy.
What does that mean?
That means he deals with the public like this. This is an external interview. Internal is like a guy like a J.J. McLam type that's handling the operations inside over there on campus. Ryan's more of an external guy. He handles, fans, media.
What are you, his agent, his attorney, his advocate? I don't care about any of this.
I was just asking which one was fake. All
right, let's move on. Everything's real. Double R firing us up for some Pirate football. Let's get a break in. Shirley, we need to make somebody a winner.
I'm just glad
Booty, 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 booty everywhere. Booty, 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 booty everywhere.
I'm just so glad we're talking about fans being back. Remember this time last year?
I remember it.
No fan,
very well.
We weren't even sure if we could cover it as a media, and then even then we only got only one person per media outlet could go. Remember? I mean, it was like freaking crazy last year.
I'm looking ahead. I can't look back.
I'm fired up about this year.
We are, 2 weeks away. It's going to be awesome. Shirley, what are we giving away today?
Lunch for two at Tiebreakers.
All right, 317-1250. What caller are we looking for?
Caller number 10.
All right, caller 10. A lot of great options over there at Tiebreakers, and you can be a winner if you are caller 10, 317-1250. We'll be back with more Pirate Radio Live on a Thursday after this.
Hey, Troy D here with my good friend Kelvin Rawls from Pest Tech. Kelvin, I just want to thank you and Chris and all the great folks at Pest Tech for such awesome service. You totally eliminated the mosquitoes in my backyard, plus the fire ant problem I was having in the yard.
Hey, you're certainly welcome, Troy. I have heard the same thing from all of our customers through the year of COVID. With everyone being home, they want to enjoy the outside and being mosquito, fire ant, and pest free.
Enjoy all your property from the kitchen to the curb. Visit pesttechofgreenville.com today for complete service.
We're midway through bath time, and 2 medium, 2-topping Domino's pizzas for $5.99 each have begun their drive to the Smith's front door. That's a GPS-enabled custom delivery alert, folks. The newest improvement to the Domino's tracker, saying Domino's will be there in 2 minutes. They're calling it audible. Bath time's now rinse time. They've got 1 kid dry, 2 kids dry. The pizzas are here. They made it to the door. The kids are clean enough. The new Domino's tracker with GPS worked again.
2 item minimum. Pan pizza will be extra. Ask for this limited time offer. Prices, participation, delivery area, and charges may vary.
We paid how much for those lessons?
Shh, she's doing great.
Oh, yeah, totally. Can you pass me a Pepsi Zero Sugar? Great job, honey! Oh, look at that. That's not the end.
No way. Now it's time for the encore.
You know what? You're right. 5 times? Not enough times.
For everyone who traded in rock concerts for their kids' recitals, you've compromised enough. Pepsi Zero Sugar. That's what I like.
Here is your ice-cold Pepsi Zero Sugar, sir.
Oh, thanks. Wanna watch the game?
Ooh, little sports ball on a Sunday afternoon. Don't mind if I do. Hey, did we win? It sounds like we won.
It's still the first quarter.
I must be lucky. People say that about me. Tough break on that free throw there. Shouldn't be doing that.
Dude, we're watching football. Come on.
For everyone who spent the entire game explaining the entire game, you've compromised enough. Pepsi Zero Sugar. That's what I like.
Summer is a great time to buy beautiful new furniture at Bostic Sugg Furniture. Now, during our big summer sell-off, we've lowered prices all over the store. You'll find a great selection of the hottest living room furniture, bedrooms, and dining sets at savings that are hard to resist. And look for huge in-stock savings on sofas, sectionals, and recliners from Lazy Boy, Bassett, and Rowe with the guaranteed lowest price. Plus, enjoy local delivery for just $20.21 during the big summer sell-off. Now at Bostic Sugg Furniture.
Great food, great atmosphere, and great service is Ottavola Market Cafe. Ottavola is simply a restaurant that focuses on that, being a great restaurant. There's something for everyone at Ottavola. The menu offers a variety of great choices like pastas, pizzas, sandwiches, soups, salads, and seasonal rotating selections. Lunch or dinner, Ottavola is always the right call. Call ahead and get Ottavola to go, or stop by the bar for a drink with friends. It's simple. Come and eat at Ottavola Market Cafe, Red Banks Road next to Food Lion, and OttavolaMarket.com. Ottavola, pirates supporting pirates.
Hey, this is Troy D, proud ECU grad from the class of 94. And if you know me, you know I love the 90s here at ECU. It was some of our glory days, including bowl games, the Peach Bowl, and even a March Madness appearance. Relive those days with my friends from Tailgate Classics. Tailgate Classics is a cool retro store with all types of merchandise, including the 90s ECU vintage tees and hats. Check out Tailgate Classics in person, 304 Evans Street, or online at shoptailgateclassics.com. Tailgate Classics, bringing back the throwbacks. University PC Care has been busier than ever repairing personal PC and Mac computers and iPhones during this pandemic. And we thank you for your support. Now, with everyone streaming and doing work from school and home, you may have discovered that your home Wi-Fi just isn't cutting it. It may be time to upgrade your home network, and University PC Care can help. To make a network assessment appointment and discover upgrade options that fit your home, go to talktowilliam.com or learn more at universitypccare.com.
Hi, this is Morgan Ehlers, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour is brought to you by Carolina Hardscapes. Making memories with your family and friends is what life is all about. If you have a dream of having a backyard patio fireplace, pool walkways, fire pits, or more, then Carolina Hardscapes is the place to call. Get started on your dreams today at Carolina Hardscapes on Fire Tower Road, across from Bostic Sugg Furniture. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Making memories with your family and friends is what life is all about. And if you have a dream of having a backyard patio fireplace, pool walkways, fire pits, or more, then Carolina Hardscapes is the place to call at 364-1201. Or you can stop by the Carolina Hardscapes outdoor showroom on Fire Tower Road across from Bostic Sugg Furniture. Get started on your dreams today at Carolina Hardscapes. And congratulations to Brad Wheeler of Greenville. Picked up a lunch for two at Tiebreakers. Tiebreakers is open every day at 11 a.m. and is the best place to watch your favorite sports while enjoying the best wings in town, along with sandwiches, appetizers, cold beer, and more. Follow Tiebreakers on Facebook and Instagram for daily updates. Now let's head back into PRL. Here's Clip Brock.
All right, thank you, Shirley Rhodes. Chandler Honeycutt here as well. Troy D alongside on a Thursday edition of Pirate Radio Live. Heard Morgan Ehlers on the liner coming back in. You can hear Morgan coming up 6 o'clock Friday on the High School Huddle, getting you ready for the area high school football action, Troy D. And after that, we'll have some Conley football.
Yeah, I was telling Shirley the other day, we're like in mid-season form with what's going on here at Pirate Radio with all of our pieces to the puzzle, audio, video, streaming, everything we got going on, and with the players and everything else. It's been a fun, busy time, but man, we don't have to wait till football season. It's football season now for us. I mean, we are in absolutely full, all system go, drinking from a fire hose.
And one part of this part of the football calendar, you worry about injuries, you worry about the police blotter. So far, knock on wood, things have been going good.
I wasn't going to say it this year because I feel like I always say that in the last week, and then something happens, and then
it happens.
Redbeard wants to blame it on me. So I didn't say it. Just for the record, Clip Brock mentioned that so far so good when it comes to the police blotter. And
if anybody gets arrested, I will go in front of the judge and say it was my fault.
Yeah,
because I mentioned it. The same cannot be said at Kentucky. Because
was there a situation?
Not only was there a situation,
you don't want to be in the news.
There was an alleged burglary.
Oh no,
that happened.
A burglary.
A burglary took place.
Did it involve a burger?
It involved 6 Kentucky Wildcat football players.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Kentucky Fried Chicken.
It was at a KFC. No, it was not. It was apparently.
Was that supposed to be funny?
Thank you, Bully. And boy, this is dating back to March the 6th, and they were charged August 19th, today. There was a party being thrown at a residence. During the party, individuals entered the residence uninvited, were asked to leave. They became upset. They came back with 3 more people. 3 people were involved originally. They came back with 3 more. Somebody pointed a gun at somebody.
Oh, boy.
And there was also a burglary involved.
And there were obviously players.
A burglary.
Have these players been suspended?
All I know at this point is they have been charged.
Yeah, wow,
So
tough stuff.
this is not what you want to see from your football team.
Well, it hasn't been proven guilty yet, we should say.
Correct.
Only charged. And by the way, B. Pay's, our old colleague's birthday was yesterday. Who coined the phrase
"Happy birthday"? Happy birthday. Birds.
He did throw up an epic picture of himself as a kid with the one of the greatest.
Wow.
What would you call that? What's that?
A little bit of bowl, a little bit of mullet. Not mullet.
Greatest bowl cuts I've ever seen in history. I do believe I shared that haircut when I was at probably his age.
It's like a Beatles son, one of the Beatles.
So B. Pace. Checking in,
Captain Burgley. There.
I hope he'll call us
a burgley.
I hope we get something good like that this year in the fifth quarter.
Well, first game's a night game, so we'll be taking calls starting around 11 o'clock, 11:15.
I talked to a friend and client today. He's like, I can't wait for that. I love that first night game, fifth quarter. He goes, that first hour's bumping, and then as it goes on and people keep drinking, he kind of it turns into some other things.
And some years...
he was just talking about how entertaining it is for him.
Some years we kind of lean into the season with a Tony Collins special and Elon
Right.
This is a very important game. It's on a national stage.
Yeah, huge underdog we are, by the way.
It's a night game, so you take all that, Troy, all the calls we usually get, multiply it by 3 and 7 extra beers, and it's going to be a fun show.
I think
one way or the other.
Yeah. We got some big announcements concerning that next week.
But Troy, could you imagine if ECU was able to win that game?
Oh, I've imagined
it.
And then
I heard you with the players on Monday talking about, guys, could you imagine if you were 2-0?
Yeah, that's
what that would be like.
I'm at 2-0 mentally already. I've mentally checked into 2-0.
You hadn't got to Marshall.
I'm not going past it right now.
You hadn't got to Huntington.
I'm not going to look ahead like that. I'm staying at 2-0 and going to hold it 2-0 and enjoy it for a little while mentally. Yeah. I'm in my mind. I've gone to 2-0.
Look, kids, 2 weeks at a time. That's how we're treating.
And then once we get to 2-0, then I'll worry about Marshall. Let's not get ahead of ourselves.
In my mind, I've gone to 2-0.
Troy, if we're 2-0, you'll have us at 12-0 at that point.
God, I will be freaked out. I mean, you know me. I get amped up on stuff like this, and just thinking about it gets me going.
Yeah, we don't need
It's been a long time since we've had something to feel good about around here, Clip Brock.
You don't need
Do you not agree?
You don't need to remind me of what you're like when we're 2-0. Let's go back to Scotty Montgomery's first year.
Are hungry for success, and are waiting and willing to support success here.
Yeah, put some ranch on it.
This is a proud program, and people want to be able to stick their chest back out and talk junk again to their friends and family about ECU football. Could this team provide that ability?
Could they? Yes.
I think they could.
Will they?
I'm saying it starts with beating App State, which is a major win to start the season, and then you take that momentum and you bring that home to Greenville for the home opener against South Carolina, and you choke the chicken and you beat them down and you walk away 2-0.
All right. I mean, I'm on board. I'd love to see it happen.
That's the scenario I'm playing out right now. I think it could happen.
And folks will be fired up for a trip to Huntington.
I mean, really, I feel if the Pirates can beat App State, they can beat South Carolina.
I feel like if they lose to App State, they can beat South Carolina.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, you're right, but it was just to start 2-0. When's the last time this program started 2-0, Clip Brock?
I just told you when you freaked out about Motown.
Yeah, that was some great times back then.
It was
short-lived, but boy, it felt good.
Hey, that fifth quarter was fun.
It was. And it was beating NC State that really put it over the top.
Outside of you screaming and talking about apologies, but it was a fun time.
I lost my mind a little bit there.
Look, it happens, and that's great, though. Yeah. You were excited.
Yeah.
We want to be excited again.
Some people abuse drugs, Clip. Some people abuse alcohol.
What do you
Some people abuse spouses. I abuse Pirate victories. I took that Pirate victory and
King of analogy strikes again.
I abused it in the wrong way and I went overboard. And for that, I am sorry.
Yeah.
I will try not to abuse any more Pirate victories like that.
Be you, man.
It wasn't abused. I used the Pirate victory to go a little overboard at the time.
You?
I got caught up in the moment, as most fans did back then. The difference is I will admit that I got caught up in the moment.
So now you're the bigger
A lot
man.
of people have run. No, they're like, oh, that wasn't me. They were just as geeked up as I was.
Who? Like who?
Oh my God! Like half the Pirate Nation, the majority of people were. The difference is I had a platform, a microphone, and we were recording it.
And if you did deny it, we could just play it.
Right. So most people, there's no evidence of it. But let me tell you something. Kenny Curling's coined the phrase Motown.
He's on. Wait, we got the audio.
I know, but I'm saying,
if you need it,
he'd be one of those guys. Yeah, I wasn't like Troy. Yes, he was, and yes, you were. A lot of you were, and it's okay. I want to be back there again, where we can be united for something fun, not divided because of something bad.
And again, if we start 2-0 and you want to freak out, I say go for it because that's who you are. If you can't control it, just go all out.
I'm just gonna take it easy right now.
Oh boy,
I'm not going crazy, but I am. I tell you what, I like what I'm hearing from Coach Houston.
Yes,
these coaches. I like what I'm hearing from the players, which we've never had this type of access to talk to them as much as we've had.
Yeah,
both on the air and off the air. And I'm buying in, Clip. I'm moving my chips on the Pirate Purple side of the craps table right now.
Okay. We've been
now,
on
will it pay off, or will we crap out?
We've been on the crap table. We are now on the craps table, and we're pushing in.
I am going,
and we're going to get it back.
I'm not saying I'm all in, but I'm definitely placing a bet on the Pirates this year. Figuratively, I like where this program's headed.
Kenny has responded, I believe. What is he?
Kenny Curlings, it says on Facebook Live, when we are 2-0, it will be Houston. We don't have a problem.
That's
nicely done,
top-notch stuff there, Kenny.
Yeah.
Mike says Troy's probably making New Year's Day bowl plans. Is that if we're 2-0?
Not yet. No. I'm not. I can't predict how I will feel if I'm 2-0. I'm just saying I'm mentally ready to go there. I feel that this could happen this year. Now the team's got to hold up their end of the bargain.
Yeah,
they got to win. But
by the way,
Kenny officially apologizing for Motown too. So there, you got two apologies on today's show.
I'm not the one who needs apologies. That's your game, Troy.
I'm talking the collective you, audience.
Okay,
I say you. I didn't mean you.
Yeah. Because you keep a ledger in your office of who owes who an apology.
I do.
You're a big apology guy.
I keep a track. How are you going to remember unless you write it down?
That's true. Which, by the way, is this a new green Troy D we have here? What's going on with your notes today?
A little behind the curtain here. Well, I just, I needed to make some notes. I was thinking about Ryan coming on earlier, and I did not feel like
we have a giant box of scrap paper.
I know. And so I was at my desk, and I was like, you know what? I want to jot some stuff down so I don't forget to ask Ryan about just a few key bullet points.
Great show prep.
And I did not feel like getting up from my desk to get the scrap paper, so I had an available napkin that I used.
The man is writing on napkins. I think it's resourceful.
Yeah. So you're like during the break, you're like, damn, man, time's tough. We don't have any scrap paper anymore.
So let's say you didn't have a napkin. Do you just write on your cup at that point?
No, I would have gotten up then and gotten the paper. I was just comfortable in my chair. I didn't feel like getting up. I was like, you know what? I have this napkin available. It was probably going to go in the trash anyway. Let me make a notepad out of it, and then we'll go from there.
You're like Survivor Man.
Yeah, sometimes you just got to use the resources you have in front of you, Cliff.
Well done. I like it.
Thank you.
By the way, Troy, this is good news for the Pirates, I guess, but the line is down to 10.5.
Oh, well, I'd like to get that down to single digits. I think it'll be down single digits.
The way it's trending,
I think
it appears that way.
I think by kickoff, that thing could be down to like 8.
It started at least. Did it ever get to 14? I think I remember 13.
13.5. I saw was the high water mark.
And that's a pretty. I mean, he's gone down a full field goal here in a couple of months, I guess.
Which means a lot of the money going on ECU and people taking the points.
Money that Vegas thinks is important, as Jeff Nadu said. He knows more about it than I do, but the smart money, Troy D, is on East Carolina at this point.
Well, and if you can get ECU with 13.5 points, I got out of the sports betting business because I just was, a younger Troy D just did not do very well with that one year, and it was just time to exit that strategy.
Wow, you are a stronger man than I.
But if I was going to wager on the game and you could get 13.5 points and ECU, I mean, once again, ECU loses by 10, you still win. For folks that don't gamble much, you almost get a 2-touchdown lead to start the game.
Yep,
I like that.
I do too.
I don't know if I'm a little nervous to bet this straight up either way when it comes to betting money, but 13.5 points, that's a lot of points, Clip.
For week one,
That's why I think a lot of people took that.
We're basing it off of last year. Again, App State has a new quarterback who is a talented quarterback, did not play well at Duke. East Carolina has just about everything coming back.
Yeah.
So they're basing it off of last year, what they think is going to happen. We've been burned on these week one games before with ECU spreads, but I'm certainly on your side that if I had to pick a side, I would take ECU plus the points.
Yeah, and look, App, I believe, has 17 starters coming back. Just about all their COVID guys or they get a COVID year are coming back. Nobody exited the program or went pro that I know of. So I mean, they've got a lot of leadership back on their
second year head coach, their offensive coordinator, Tony. Troy.
I'm Troy.
You're Troy.
Yeah.
Tony Peterson.
Yeah.
Split to Champaign, Illinois.
Yeah. Good gig for him.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a good.
Uniting with Chase Hayden, former ECU running back, who was in Illinois.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Of course, Tony Peterson was the offensive coordinator last time East Carolina beat NC State.
You know what? He was.
Yeah.
You know what else? He said, you know what, a whole lot.
You know what?
I like Tony Peterson.
You know what? He did answer every question with, you know what?
You know what?
You know what?
It was just kind of
like. It
was
his catchphrase.
It was a split second to think about the question. It was.
It sounds better than,
It does. And I'm a big guy, unfortunately.
I know. I still sometimes struggle with that myself. But you know what? I'm getting better.
Robert points out.
Was that supposed to be fun?
Robert points out we also got burnt with Duke QBs.
You know what? You're right. We did. Yeah. That did not work out well. What was the QB that came from Duke?
You were a big Thomas Sirk guy.
He was a nice kid. Nice guy.
I tried to.
Just did not pan out well here.
Tried to tell you to relax on that one.
I get. You know what? I have tempered myself on the transfer deal. I've caught, where I get a little.
Since last year, when you were excited about Chase Hayden and all the other guys.
I really, I tell you what burned me, Tyshawn Dye. I was so fired up about him. Yeah. But I mean, when he was coming out of Clemson as a running back here, and I really thought that guy would be a playmaker here, and I just was kind of just really surprised that it just didn't amount to more than it was.
Well, the difference is this year, a guy like DJ Ford.
Now I am high on him.
Not only, he should be a productive player, but he's a very mature young man, which we found out through interviews and now through our Monday Pirate Radio Players Lounge segments, that he's got a good head on his shoulders. Troy, you were talking to Bruce and Xavier, and I can't remember which one said it, but they both agreed. They called him very humble.
Yeah.
He came in, earned a spot, and I think it was Xavier who talked about how quickly he acclimated to the Pirates. He didn't come in like I'm the man. He came in like, hey, I'm with you guys.
Well, and I've talked to him a lot this offseason, and he's the guy that wants to be here. He chose to be here, and boy, he has really adapted, as they said, quickly to the Pirate way of doing things, and the Coach Houston way of doing things. And I tell you what, I expect big things now out of that young man.
I'm excited about him.
People I've talked to that have seen him play a lot and that know him. Obviously, a quality person, regardless what happens on the field. I think great kid. But I tell you what, his future, he's got a high upside, as Mel Kiper would say, here at East Carolina, potentially in the safety position.
Yeah, I'm excited about seeing him on the field. He's got the length, the size, and he looks like the head on the shoulders as well.
He's definitely got the physical ability to do it.
Shirley, let's get our last break in. We'll come back. We'll wrap up today's edition of Pirate Radio Live with Troy D. and crew. We're back with you after this.
Hey Pirate Nation, this is Tom Brown from Brown & Wood Buick GMC Truck. We've been serving the Pirate Nation in Eastern North Carolina for 83 years. We have 4 brands, 3 generations, 2 showrooms, and 1 goal to make sure you leave a happy customer.
This month at Brown & Wood, get an all-new 2021 Buick Enclave and save over $5,250 or 0% for 72 months. And as always, Brown & Wood is the home of the lifetime powertrain warranty.
We're located on Greenville Boulevard next to the Convention Center, or shop us online at brownandwoodauto.com.
The Pirate Radio Podcast.
You might know him as Lee D. I know him as Dad.
Troy and his sister both were with us, and they slept. And it was 2 o'clock in the morning, and they had slept on the plane. They had slept on the ride from Baton Rouge. They wanted to go out on Bourbon Street.
Heck yes.
So we go out on Bourbon Street, and the first thing that happens is some drunk comes rolling down the street and lands at Troy's feet. It so upset both the kids that was the end of Bourbon Street for that night.
Listen to every Pirate Radio podcast now by visiting our podcast channel and subscribing in Apple iTunes or SoundCloud. The Pirate Radio podcast is powered by White Claw Hard Seltzer, proudly distributed by Coastal Beverage.
Here with Mike Mullis from Fixed NC. And Mike, you were telling me the other day, people ask you all the time, I didn't know you did that. What does that mean?
You know, anything that involves property damage repair, call us first. If it's your crawl space, you've got interior humidity issues, a water loss, your ice maker line breaks, obviously fire and smoke, everybody knows we do those. But anything that involves interior or exterior property damage, we're your repair experts.
Mike, how can everybody get in touch with you?
252-999-0001 or fixednc.com.
White Claw Hard Seltzer, a wave of refreshment. Crafted using our unique brew pure process. Made pure. Nothing tastes like White Claw Hard Seltzer.
White Claw Hard Seltzer, available in 5 fruit flavors, 2 grams of carbs, gluten-free, and 100 calories. Find it at whiteclaw.com. White Claw Hard Seltzer, nothing tastes quite like it. Proudly distributed by Coastal Beverage. Please drink responsibly.
Save lives, be a hero, and make $1,000 your very first month donating plasma at Grifols Biomat USA. At Grifols, it adds up fast. New donors can earn up to $1,000 in your very first month. It's the easiest way to make extra money. Start now at Biomat USA, 505 South Memorial Drive, Greenville. Find your donor center at grifolsplasma.com. Make up to $1,000 in a month and save lives now at Grifols Biomat USA. A better donor experience and better pay.
Ahoy, mateys! It's Captain Jack Spare of R&R Tire Express. We're here to serve our pirate community by offering easy payments for easy ownership. For you landlubbers, R&R will install a new set of tires for just $20. $50 installs new custom wheels and tires. To learn more about R&R, stop by 3920 US 264 or rnrtires.com.
Pirate fans, get ready for a winning season and team up with Quality Equipment, your local John Deere dealer and proud sponsor of the ECU Pirates. When you do business with us, you'll get things done right. We're proud to offer a large selection of new and used John Deere equipment, a fully stocked parts department, and a highly trained staff who is here to support you throughout the life of your equipment. So get quality done right before every ECU game day and visit qualityequip.com.
This is Dr. Chris Hasty with Orthopedics East and Sports Medicine Center. For more than 35 years, we've been taking care of the student athletes at East Carolina University. We are happy to have received the designation of official team physicians from the university. Whether you need assistance with a sports injury or it's time for that joint replacement, my colleagues and I are here to help. For more information, please contact us at 757-2663 or visit our website at orthoeast.com.
This is Coach Donnie Kirkpatrick, Office Coordinator for ECU Football, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour is brought to you by Carolina Hardscapes. Making memories with your family and friends is what life is all about. If you have a dream of having a backyard patio fireplace, pool walkways, fire pits, or more, then Carolina Hardscapes is the place to call. Get started on your dreams today at Carolina Hardscapes on Fire Tower Road, across from Bostic Sugg Furniture. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Taking a quick look at your stock market report. The Dow was down 66 points at 34,894. The NASDAQ was down, up 76, I should say, at 14,933. And the S&P was up 5 points at 4,405. That's your Wells Fargo Advisors financial report. For a personal look into investing, call Wells Fargo Advisors today at 756-6900 in Greenville. Wells Fargo Advisors, LLC, member SIPC. Now let's head back into the show. Here's Clip Rock.
We're wrapping up a Thursday edition of Pirate Radio Live. Good stuff, Shirley Rhodes, Chandler Honeycutt. Have a good call tomorrow night as you call Whiteville football. We'll see you back on Monday.
What is it? The Whiteville what?
Wolfpack.
It's touchdown Whiteville Wolfpack.
Touchdown Friday.
And Troy D.
Yeah, you know what we were doing 4 years ago tonight?
What's that?
Well, we were watching Greenville, North Carolina as the top sports story in the nation on ESPN as the Greenville Little League team back then. The All-Star team combined for a combined no-hitter in Williamsport.
Awesome.
Remember that game?
Yep. Awesome stuff.
4 years ago. Not this year, unfortunately.
That's right. What could have been.
Yeah.
Troy, as we leave, I saw a headline. Chicago Bears Justin Fields healthy to face Buffalo Bills Mitch Trubisky coming up this weekend.
Wow, I had not thought about this. The Mitch Please game.
Yep.
Wow.
Get that. That's Saturday, I believe.
Yeah, Justin Fields had a groin situation, but I guess that's healed.
Yeah.
Wow, that is, and my tickets went fast for this game. I lowered my tickets next to nothing for the.
You sold the preseason.
The preseason games, like last week, I couldn't unload them. No one bought them. This game against Buffalo went in like a millisecond.
Well,
it's a hot ticket, I think.
And the more Justin Fields looks good, the higher value that goes up.
Yeah, we need him to continue to look good. He is good for the ticket prices.
To the bottom line.
Yep.
All right, Troy, we'll see you Monday.
Sounds good. Look forward to it. You guys have a good rest of the week.
We'll be back with you Friday, 3 o'clock for an all-new edition of Pirate Radio Live. So long, everybody.
Thanks for listening to Pirate Radio Live, an exclusive presentation of the voice of the Pirate Nation. This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250 and 92.7 FM Greenville, WDLX Washington, 930 and 104.1 FM Washington. The following is an exclusive presentation of Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.